behind when they leave their job. And another big mistake is rolling it into your new 401k.
Why is that?
By leaving it behind, you completely lose control. You never want to leave your money with an old employer. And if you roll it into a new 401k, you'll often have limited investment options and may incur costs to do so. Trajan Wealth can help complete the paperwork free of charge and do a tax-free rollover. We can then help invest it according to your exact retirement goals and not just what the employer's offering.
If you've got an old 401k or one that you rolled to a new employer, call Trajan Wealth today at 480-990-3300. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Hi, Dieter Dan here. Let's talk about staying cool this summer. That's right, I'm talking about your car's air conditioning. I'm here with my friend Wayne from AMCO to share some insights on car AC service and repair.
Hey Dan, so it's no secret that if your car's AC isn't working, it can turn your ride into an oven on wheels. Fear not, AMCO's here to rescue you from the heat.
Tell us more, and what sets AMCO apart from the rest.
Our certified techs are experts at diagnosing and fixing AC issues. Whether it's a refrigerant leak, a compressor failure, or just a simple recharge, we've got you covered.
What does AMCO offer for AC car repair?
Not only do we have a free AC check, we have an online coupon for $25 off a comprehensive AC inspection. Plus, with our transparent pricing options and warranties, you can trust you've got the best service for the best price.
Now, that's what I call a cool deal. So don't sweat it this summer. Head over to AMCO for all your car AC service and repair needs. Google AMCO for your nearest location. That's AMCO, AAMCO. Transmissions and a whole lot more.
I'm always in a hurry, and I love a good breakfast burrito. Well, Sombrer's is now serving breakfast starting at 7 a.m. in their drive-thrus. Problem solved. Dave Burns here for Sombrer's. They are committed to providing fresh, Sonoran-style Mexican breakfast at an affordable cost. Me, I love the classic bacon, cracked egg, cheese, and potato burrito with a cup of Mexican honey-pressed coffee. Add a little of that new salsa verde from Sombrer's, and now we're talking. Start your day the Sonoran way at Sombrer's.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
For Sarah Gazelle, I'm Jeff Munn with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. A much-anticipated night this evening for Dbacks fans as left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez is activated off the 60-day IL and makes his debut in Game 2 of a 3-game series. One of the top free agent acquisitions by the D-backs over the winter has been on the IL since spring training with a shoulder strain. The D-backs also have to go find somebody to catch Rodriguez this evening, as Gabby Moreno had to come out of last night's series opener in the second inning with a left groin strain. Only one catcher is left on the 40-man roster, so you would anticipate a roster move. Certainly there'll be one to activate Rodriguez, but also to get another catcher in for tonight's 3:40 p.m. Arizona time first pitch. That's actually late afternoon, and that also means pregame is at 3 on Arizona Sports and the Arizona Sports app. The D-backs won last night's series opener 7-6 in 10 innings. Ryan Thompson could not hold on to a ninth-inning lead. Justin Martinez pitched a scoreless 10th for his first save of the year. The Cardinals released their depth chart for Saturday's preseason opener with New Orleans. No major surprises. Rookie Marvin Harrison Jr., the only rookie among the starters. He, of course, will be at a wide receiver spot. Training camp practices continue today at State Farm Stadium at 1:45. There are just two left today and tomorrow. The latest is brought to you by Parker & Sons. Parker & Sons is there for your air conditioning needs. Beat the heat with their same-day service and never pay extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. Call Parker.
The Bubble, the Turk, grass drills, film study. It's that time again.
Hey, it's Safety Buddha Baker, and you're listening to Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light. It's Wolf and Luke live at State Farm Stadium.
Yeah, we get one more day out here. It is Wolf and Luke's live from State Farm Stadium. Wolf, we're going to make the most of it today, too.
What do you mean we're going to make the most of it,
Well,
Luke?
you go ahead and say what you're going to say, and then I'll tell you how we're going to make the most of it.
That's all right, man. I'm so jacked up to be out here right now. It is the last time that we're going to be out at training camp 24. That's right, Basin Orleans. The last time we'll actually be here at State Farm Stadium with the show, at least, our show.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to today and the practice today as well.
Yeah, practice at 1:45. Tuffy Ghostwitch is going to join us later this hour to talk Dbacks. Tyler Drake, our own Tyler Drake's going to join us. And then in the 12 o'clock hour, Marvin Harrison Jr. will be joining us right here in this chair.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marv.
Marv. You know what? I'm going to ask him that too, Luke. I think I'll just ask him, do people call you Marv? Is it okay if we call you Marv?
Well, see, that's the question. I know
he's such a freak athletically. He's such a freak athletically. Isn't it appropriate that his nickname would be Marv?
It should just be Marv.
We're just going to call you Marv.
Yeah.
Okay? Not Marvin.
No, Marv.
We're just going to call you Marv. Okay?
What do you think his dad
all this stuff
Marvin,
that's going on with Marvin Harrison Jr., all this stuff he's got, the height, the build, right, the athleticism, everything he's got, all of this talent. We'll just call him Marv.
Hey, Marv.
What's up?
Marv.
I love that.
So whatever you want to call him, Marv is going to join us at 12:15.
Okay,
today,
cool.
Right here before practice.
Marv Jr.
Marv Jr.
Well, no. Just Marv.
Just Marv.
Okay.
I think if your name's Marv, that's all you need.
We'll ask him that, though.
Okay.
See how he likes it.
See, I'm afraid if he comes on our show and says, like, no, don't call me Marv.
Yeah. Right.
I still want to call him Marv. So if we don't
even
ask him,
more,
yeah.
call him Marv. That's how a nickname basically works. Not that Marv is a nickname. Some people go by Marv. That's their name.
Yes, and
they're not even named Marvin.
The Cardinals' #1 receiver goes by
Some
Marv.
people are not even named Marvin. They're just Marv.
Who do you know that's named like Reggie that goes by Marv?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. There's probably somebody out there somewhere
Somebody named
in the world.
Marv, yeah. Marv Braden, as a matter of fact. My special teams coach. When I came into the league,
yeah,
1986, as a matter of fact, under Gene Stallings. Marv Braden. That was his name. Not Marvin. It was just Marv.
But what was his real name?
That was his name.
Oh, okay.
Marv Braden.
Okay. You made it sound like there are people named John that go by Marv or something. All right. The Diamondbacks. Enough of this nonsense. The Diamondbacks.
You're hurting my head, Luke.
I think the listeners will agree with me on this one. The D-backs have won, 10 of their last 12 now. Let's see. Yesterday, injury, facing the best team in baseball, blew another save, and still won the game, this time in extra innings. Justin Martinez gets the save. That's the third different Diamondback to get a save since Friday. And Ryan Thompson gets the win. He's the third different Diamondback pitcher to get a win since Friday.
Yeah, where do you begin?
None of them starters, by the way.
I just honestly, where do you begin? And where does this end for the Arizona Diamondbacks? Okay, well, we don't know where it's going to end, Basin Orleans, but to begin with, this team is so tough. They are. They're tough. Toughness is about resilience. It's about getting behind. They're not a bunch of front runners. What's amazing about the Arizona Diamondbacks is they will score first many, many times. They're one of the league leaders in terms of scoring first. They will come out and they will draw first blood, Basin Orleans. And yet at the same time, earlier in the season, they struggled to finish. They struggled to score late. That is no longer the case with the Arizona Diamondbacks. The healthier and healthier this roster has gotten. Now listen, I realize as I say that, Christian Walker, Woke Walker, we all understand he's on the IL. And now all of a sudden we've got Gabby Moreno, who also goes down. So I understand now all of a sudden the lineup is starting to experience that again. I feel bad for Torrey. I really do. This team, I can't believe some of the guys they've lost. I know. And now all of a sudden we're going to get some guys back as well. But this team, the one thing I know about it, Basin Orleans, this team has a bunch of dogs inside that clubhouse. They are tough. They are resilient. Never out of it. And I love that.
Yeah, they've been pretty relentless, but the injuries have been pretty relentless. Gambo just tweeted out that Gabby Moreno is headed to the injured list with a groin injury, likely start on the 10-day. So
can I just say right now,
Adrian Del Castillo is being called up. He's been tearing up the minors. So he's not Gabby Moreno until proven otherwise, but it's nice to at least have him coming up.
Watching Gabby run down the first baseline the way that he did and watching it, to me, This was bad. Okay, now, once again, based on earnings, heed my words and hear them well on this, okay? I am not a trainer. I am not a doctor. I'm some dude that has been around and seen a lot of guys tear a groin, okay? And I don't mean just strain a groin. I mean tear a groin. Look, what I say doesn't matter. It doesn't. But
There's a good promo.
No, I'm just saying. What I say doesn't matter on whether or not he's going to be back and when he's going to be back.
True.
None of that matters. To me, that looked like a bad groin tear. That didn't look like a strain. That looked like a tear to me.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I know. I don't want to. Hey, listen, I can't wait. I hope I'm wrong. Dead wrong on that. Hope all of a sudden I come out, it's a strained groin. He's going to be out 10 days. He's going to be out 2 weeks. Something like that. Can't wait for that.
Gambo,
hope that's the case.
I don't know if this was intentional how he worded it. I'm guessing it is. He said likely start on the 10-day. So, I don't know. You would think just the law of averages, the Diamondbacks wouldn't need to suffer any more injuries this season with the way, basically everybody on the roster has been hurt at some point, it feels like.
Yeah.
They just, and I'm not going to say the names of the guys that haven't, but it feels like they have gone through more than their fair share of significant injuries, and this team is just so much better when Gabby Moreno plays. Now, they're typically a lot better when Christian Walker plays too, and they've been able to so far be just fine without him. But at a certain point, you need your players to be able to stay on the field. It's funny, I was doing a radio hit the other day, and it was in Kansas City, and they were like, look, the Diamondbacks, they kind of thought they were just a nice story last year, and then this first half of this year kind of showed that it was, it was just kind of a fluke, and that's that. What has changed? And I was just like, their major league players are playing now instead of their AAA players?
Bro.
But I think that's the feeling around a lot of the country. The first half of the season was like, see, they shouldn't, it was a nice run. It was a good story, but that's that. They didn't have any of the players the first half of the season. Now they're at least finally getting them back. The problem is they're losing other ones.
You know what I love, too, is the way the Diamondbacks once again came out. Man, did they come out? Would you say that was a good start by the Arizona Diamondbacks right now? Bro. I just remember we're sitting at the compound and we're watching this. Ketel Marte goes yard. Gabby goes yard right there. The first 2 hitters of the game, back-to-back once again to start off. Do you think that's a good start, Babeson? Do you think that's good? You do it again? Oh, by the way, you just did it, as a matter of fact, against the Pirates. Only that one there, you had a triple that turned into a Little League home run, and then you hit 3 bombs in a row, and now all of a sudden you start this series, you start this game. Ketel Marte on the first pitch, gone, crushed. Are you kidding me? You start that way right there? There is something about this team. They come out and they are ready. The Diamondbacks don't play that, bruh. They don't. They're ready.
Ketel Marte is now second in terms of Vegas odds for NL MVP, behind only Shohei. Now, Ketel's plus 650, and Shohei is like minus 2,000. StatMuse tweeted this out since the All-Star break. Okay, here's their numbers. Shohei's hitting 241, 4 home runs, 10 RBI. Ketel's hitting 344, 9 home runs, 21 RBI.
No.
Significant. Now, I know it's just since the All-Star break, but significantly better. I mean, he deserves to at least be second, and he's finally moved up to second. What he's done, I can't even fathom where this team would be if they didn't have Ketel Marte this season.
Yeah, onestly,
he
once
might
again,
hit 40 home runs.
Yes. Yeah, he might. And the Diamondbacks just continue to impress now. 9 games over 500 right now. 9 games over 500. Zach Gallen took the ball and disappointed. For me, that's a disappointing outing for Zach Gallen. And you know what? The last 6 outings, he's had 2 quality starts in the last 6 outings right now, and that's been a disappointment. It really has. But to me, we all know Zach's going to find his groove, right? We all believe that, of course. I do.
Yeah, I mean, he's liable to do it anytime he steps out there. They have won his last 4 starts, but yeah, I would agree with you. 5 earned runs in 7 innings yesterday is not what you or Zach Gallen is expecting from Zach Gallen. When we come back, the Cardinals released their first depth chart of 2024. So what stood out? We'll get into that next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Dbacks at the Guardians.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Diamondbacks are the last one standing in an unforgettable series opener against the Guardians. Final score, Diamondbacks 7, Cleveland 6. Martinez strikes out 2 in a flawless bottom of the 10th inning.
That was a big road win against a really good team. Don't miss the D-backs at the Guardians Game 2. Our coverage starts this afternoon at 3 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
All right, Rick, what do you say you bring me that Brooklyn beat, if you don't mind? That's what I'm talking about. Gather around right now because the summer sale is going on at Brooklyn Betting. Listen, they got 13 basin locations. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 13 of them. You go to brooklynbetting.com. You'll see where those 13 locations are, of course. The summer sale, you get 25% off at Brooklyn Betting right now, online and in-store. You could show up at the store, you get 25% off. You show up online, brooklynbetting.com, you get 25% off right now. It's going on, and you know when it comes to building a better mattress, Brooklyn Betting, they literally own it. The company designs and manufactures all of its bedding in their very own state-of-the-art factory, and that factory is right here in Phoenix, shipping the product directly and passing on the savings directly to you as well. Go to brooklynbetting.com. Brooklyn Betting, Arizona built for America's dreams.
Hey Arizona, Tom Chambers here. Have you ever felt like your roof is too hot to handle? Maybe it's getting drenched in our crazy monsoons.
Hi, I'm Lori Clark, owner of Right Way Roofing. We've been perfecting the art of roofing for 3 generations.
We only use the toughest, most durable materials that can take on anything Mother Nature throws at them. And we back our work with the best warranties in the business.
Visit azroof.com for a free estimate today.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
People who suffer from long-term chronic joint pain spend so much of their time acting, putting up a carefree front. It's exhausting.
I was really tired of trying to act like I wasn't in pain because I was in pain all the time.
Rick Rawlings didn't want everyone else to know that he was coping with agonizing shoulder pain 24/7.
Yes, I had to put on a face to cover up my pain.
But then Rick found QC Kinetics, offering new lasting treatments for joint pain using natural biologics. Treatments designed to restore and repair joint tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. The results were amazing.
I am very glad. It changed my life doing the QC Kinetics. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. The cranky Rick is gone. He's not grouchy anymore.
No more acting. Feel like yourself again with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. Or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, this is Ron Wolfley.
And Luke Lipinski.
We're here to talk about one of the most important issues affecting our community. Every year, we hear far too many heartbreaking stories involving children and water.
Please take 2 seconds out of your day to help prevent these tragedies, learn about important water safety tips, and enter to win swim lessons from the YMCA.
Go to Fulton2seconds.com or text SWIM to 62620.
And never forget that 2 seconds is too long to take your eyes off your kids near water.
This is Doug Fulton of Fulton Homes, proud to partner with KTAR to keep your kids safe around water.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
Wolf and Luke chop it up on Cardinals training camp now.
All right, the first Cardinals depth chart of 2024 is officially here. We're out here at State Farm Stadium. It's a good place to look at the depth chart, Wolf. Anything in particular really jump out to you? I'll go with one.
Okay.
And
I like that, Luke.
It's not a surprise, but like I'm looking at X right now, just at some of the other teams putting out their depth charts, and I'm looking at Denver right now, and they pointed out there's not one rookie on Denver's depth chart listed above third string. So even like Bo Nix, they have third. They have Jarrett Stidham starting. I guess that means they have Zach Wilson as the second string. The Cardinals do have Marvin Harrison Jr. listed as their number one receiver. Like, they're not hiding from that. Now, they haven't been hiding from that, but that is one thing that jumps out to me. Not a surprise, but just, okay, there it is in black and white.
So that's where you're going to start right there, Marvin
That's where I'm going to
Harrison
start,
Jr.
yes.
Let me answer your original question, because you asked me a question. Then you answered it. It was very interesting.
Yes.
I love the way you did that.
I don't even need you anymore.
To
answer my own question.
That was awesome. Any surprises, Basinonians? None. Absolutely none. Can I tell you how conservative the first depth chart always is going to be with any National Football League team worth its salt, might I add? You're going to go ahead and you're going to be conservative. You're going to go out and hey, listen, the status quo, that's the way we're going to begin training camp in the first depth chart that comes out. After that, when we start playing games, that to me is where it really gets interesting, okay? So right now, to me, it's very, very conservative. It always is that first depth chart that is released. Having said that, right now,
I've got one.
You've got one.
Go
What?
Go ahead and say what you're going to say. I've got one that's a little bit.
No, I set it up the way that I wanted to set it up right there, even though I wasn't driving. I was driving myself. That was interesting. So go ahead and jump in here.
Just Michael Carter, fifth at running back. That's
Michael Carter. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. First of all, Basinonians, you start to look at Marvin Harrison Jr., as Luke said. Okay, you want to go with Michael Carter. I'm going to start with Marvin Harrison Jr. Classically, Basinonians, you list your best wide receiver first.
He's the first name on
He's
the
the first name. As you look at the depth chart, he's at the very top. And oh, by the way, Basinonians, 11 personnel is what most people list as their base personnel group in the National Football League. 11 personnel, one back, one tight end, 3 wide receivers, your offensive line, and your quarterback, of course. That is a official depth chart. If you got a fullback, they'll list a fullback on your depth chart, okay? But the Arizona Cardinals have an 11 personnel depth chart. You always put that first wide receiver. Classically, the first name is your wide receiver one or your X receiver. And then all of a sudden you get the offensive line after that, and then you get the tight end, and then you get 2 wide receivers because of 11 personnel, and then, of course, you get the quarterback and the running back as well.
That's what you got.
That's how they list it. That first receiver, that first guy at the top is typically your X receiver in 11 personnel. He's to the single receiver side, and typically you highlight him as your best receiver. And that's where Marvin Harrison Jr. is listed. Interesting.
Which is, again, not a surprise. You knew that's where he was going to end up, but it is interesting that they would do it right before. They haven't even played a game yet. Here's a rookie, basically number one on our depth chart in everything because he's the first name on the entire depth chart.
Very conservative, though.
You want me to read through it real quick? I will, because you're looking at it, but most people aren't. Marvin Harrison Jr., the other receivers are Greg Dortch and Michael Wilson. Left to right across the offensive line. Again, most of this isn't a surprise. Paris Johnson Jr., Evan Brown is the left guard right now. Yelder Froholt, Will Hernandez, Jonah Williams, Trey McBride is your tight end, Kyler Murray, James Conner. That's there's no surprises there. I guess Evan Brown's spot is maybe up in the air, but he could easily end up with that spot.
Yes, Evan Brown. I listed him as well. He is a starting left guard right now. Isaiah Adams is backing him up on the depth chart. Will Hernandez is your starting right guard, and Marquise Hayes is third team behind Tristan Colon, okay? Which, that to me, again, is very, very conservative. That's a very conservative approach right now. I've been talking about Marquise Hayes because Paul Calvisi was talking about Marquise Hayes, and I had the opportunity to actually watch him And can I tell you right now, after watching it, because Paulie would not shut up, Basinonians, about Marquise Hayes. Would not do it. So I started watching Marquise Hayes specifically. Oh, my goodness, Marquise, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What, do you want to brawl? Is that what you're saying? Watch the way this guy's playing football. He is everything that I think you want from a guard. Now, he's got to be able to pass pro. He's got to be able to run block. He's got to be able to remember his assignments, and we'll see how he does. I think Marquise Hayes is going to get an awful lot of reps against the New Orleans Saints. That's what I think.
At right guard or over at left guard?
I think probably at left guard.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't know that to be the case.
That would make more sense.
But it would.
Yeah. But,
yes.
But why list him as a right guard on the depth chart? Then?
Yeah, but you know what? You can move around guards like that. You really don't have to worry about it for the most part. This is why I say this is a very conservative depth chart, because what happens, brothers, as you start to play games, a coach may want to send a message to a player, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, you don't think we can move a guy from here over to your spot? Yeah, as a matter of fact, we can. And that's what we'll do. We'll put him behind you because this guy's playing so well, maybe he's going to push you at left guard. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can use the depth chart, and coaches will use the depth chart to send messages and to motivate players. Make sense?
You want to look at the defense here? They list 12, which they obviously won't be able to get away with when the games start. You can't run 12 defensive players out there, but I can read them off to you.
You ready to go to the defense here?
Well, I mean, we don't.
How about Trey Benson? Trey Benson listed
number
2.
Yeah.
Trey Benson. Oh, there's a rookie right there, everybody. Tip Ryman was not listed as number 2. He was at number 3. Interesting right there as well. Are they already starting to get Tip Ryman's attention right now? Is that possible? Yes, it is.
Well,
Trey Benson.
Because of Higgy Bear.
Hey, Higgy Bear. Will you knock it off
I didn't
with
come
the
up with
Higgy
the
Bear?
name.
I understand that. I get it. Yet at the same time, I love the fact. I would have put Tip Ryman at number 4. I would have listed him number 4. Just to go ahead, and I love Tip, and I think he's doing well. But I would have put him at number 4. Just say, what are you going to do about that? You don't. Hey, you 3? No, we're putting you at 4, bro.
Is that what they're doing to Michael Carter? Because they have him 5th among running backs. It goes Connor, Benson, Amari DiMercato, DJ Dallas.
Yeah.
And then Michael Carter.
Here's the thing. Amari DiMercato, of course, and DJ Dallas. Special teams players.
Yeah.
Really help out on special teams. That's not Michael Carter's calling card. It has not been. Now, he's listed as a return man as well, and I think a doggone good one, but I don't think he is a very good teams player. And you've got Amari DiMercato, who's a very good teams player, and DJ Dallas as well. So that, I think, is an attention getter as well. But Trey Benson listed as boldly number 2 behind James Conner. I love that.
Not hiding from the fact that they're going to play some rookies in some key roles. See, now we didn't get to the defense. We'll do that later on in the show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the way I thought we'd do it, though.
Okay.
You know, offense, defense.
That's smart.
Defense, offense.
No, we'll never get to special
Thank
teams,
you.
though.
Appreciate it.
Have you subscribed to the Wolf and Luke Show podcast? Subscribe right now on your iPhone or Android. You will never miss any of the show. It's the Wolf and Luke Show podcast brought to you by FanDuel. When we come back, what is the status of Matthew Judon in New England? And is Brandon Ayuk about to leave the NFC West? It's starting to look that way. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
A Dbacks decision maker from the team's front office joins Wolf and Luke tomorrow morning at 11:45 for Dbacks Front Office Focus. Brought to you by Canvas Annuity. The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolf here for my brothers over at Trajan Wealth. Go to TrajanWealth.com for more information right now. Maybe you're not feeling the sizzle with your current financial advisor. It's August here in Phoenix. Maybe you're not feeling the sizzle. This is one of the reasons why you got to pick up the phone and call Trajan Wealth, 480-990-3300. Would you like peace of mind with your investment portfolio? The market has been up and then down, and it was really down, as we all know. I listen, maybe you'd like a little peace of mind. I know I do. So I started with a second opinion by picking up the phone and calling the good people over at Trajan Wealth. Give them a call today. Schedule a complimentary introductory meeting, and you will be able to do that if you call 480-990-3300 for Trajan Wealth. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Hey there. Gerber Life would like to talk to you about the importance of guaranteed life insurance for when you...
No, thank you.
I get it. Nobody likes to think about life insurance because it means having to think about the end of... So I'll make this short and sweet. If you're 50 plus or 50 to 75 in New York, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance regardless of your health. Guaranteed acceptance means you don't need a medical exam. In fact, you don't even have to fill out a health questionnaire. For a free quote, just call 888-532-5016. Then, when that thing you don't want to think about does eventually happen, and you know it will,
I'm not listening.
your family can use the insurance money to help cover the cost of your final expenses, or anything else. Now that's worth thinking about. Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance. For a free quote, call 888-532-5016 today.
If it's time for a new roof, you want choices and options and someone to tell you what's perfect for you, your home, and your budget. Dave Burns here for Renco Roofing, and they have it all at Renco. They specialize in foam, shingle, metal, and tile roofs for your home or your business, and make sure you get regular roof inspections with Renco to ensure the longevity and structural integrity of your roof. Call Renco Roofing today to schedule an inspection. Go to RencoRoofing.com or call 480-418-5390. Renco Roofing, monsoon tested, sunshine approved.
Dan Bickley here, and if you've been sentenced to 30 years of debt by your mortgage, I have your solution. The Life Changer loan combines your banking with your mortgage, and it allows you to pay off your mortgage in years, not decades, and then you get decades to build personal wealth, which is how you get ahead. If you're a good fit, this loan will do exactly what it says. It will change your life. Find out more by calling 480-504-0844. Find them online at lifechangerloan.com.
Ah, summer is here. Time for video calls, eating lunch at your desk, and navigating office politics.
Wait, that's not what summer's for.
But my inbox is full.
Inbox schminbox. Life is short. Summer is for getting away. Bring on the beach, the national parks, the music festivals. We gotta get out of here.
This summer, get away from the monotony in the Hyundai you've always wanted. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on right now. You can get the hottest deals of the season on many of our award-winning Hyundai models, like the tech-filled Tucson, the spacious Palisade, or the super stylish Elantra. Ignore those meeting invites and get away with the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty. But get going, because these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. The Arizona Diamondbacks took down the best team in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, 7-6 last night. While they got the win, the D-backs lost a player in the process. According to our John Gambadoro, catcher Gabby Moreno is headed to the 10-day injured list after injuring his groin last night. The D-backs are calling up catcher Adrian Del Castillo to fill Moreno's roster spot. Arizona and Cleveland play again tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. And some college basketball news. According to John Rothstein, ASU men's basketball is going to play a home-and-home series with Gonzaga starting November 10th in Spokane. The latest is brought to you by Carol Royce, your home sold guaranteed realty. Don't settle for one cash offer, get multiple cash offers with Carol Royce. To receive your home's best cash offers, search Carol Royce online and call today.
Hey, it's Gambo. Today we'll get to witness the long-awaited D-backs debut of Eduardo Rodriguez. What should we expect from the lefty starter? The Burns and Gambo Show starts at 2 on Arizona Sports.
All right, we are back here at State Farm Stadium, wheeling the field in, so you know it's getting serious around here. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to join us up here at this Arizona Sports Table in a little less than 2 hours, 12:15 Wolf. In case you didn't know that, notice you're looking at some sort of show sheet right now.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Rick, for potting that up, of course. Back at command and control. Are you ready to go, Luke Lipinski?
Well, I tell you who might be ready to go and leave his team is Brandon Ayuk in San Francisco. This has been dragging on for a while.
What is going on with Brandon Ayuk right now?
So then you had yesterday, as we were doing the show, it was just trending on X of Brandon Ayuk to Pittsburgh, but there wasn't really anybody reputable. It was just, I think, a bunch of Steelers fans like saying, "Hey, Brandon Ayuk should play for Pittsburgh." Then you started to get word that, okay, maybe there actually is something to the notion of Brandon Ayuk to Pittsburgh. And then last night, there were multiple stories that said a deal, like the framework of a deal is in place for Brandon Ayuk to be traded to the Patriots and the Browns, which is impossible to be traded to two teams, obviously.
Yes.
So it's, that framework being in place so that if it really does come to that, I guess Brandon Ayuk, if he has input on which team he wants to go to, it's a mess for San Francisco. Here's Adam Schefter on Unsportsmanlike.
You have a situation where you have a player who believes he should be paid an elite wide receiver price. You have a team that believes it has an elite player worthy of that price that needs to be compensated in that way. And now you got to find a team that can do both. Pay the player, have the player be willing to go to that team, and have the 49ers be willing to accept the compensation that's being offered. And so it sounds like it's simple, except it's not. Because if it were simple, it would have been done by now.
You think he plays for the 49ers again?
Yeah. Oh, man, this is really, really going to be interesting to watch this happen.
They can't afford him.
Many times what happens when you're John Lynch, many times what happens, Basin Orleans, as a general manager, you're going to say, okay, buddy, you want to go somewhere else? You try to work out the trade. You go ahead and do it and negotiate. You go ahead and you give us your best deal, the best deal that you got with this team, what they're going to give us for you. You go ahead and do that. You go out and you negotiate. And maybe you get a slice of humble pie from time to time. Or maybe you get what you're both looking for. Brandon Ayuk gets to leave and go somewhere else, and John Lynch can say, yeah, we'll take that compensation. We like that, as a matter of fact. Thank you very much. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with doing it, and it also sends a message to the player and to his agent. Hey, listen, we're good. You want to do that? Fine. We'll play along. We'll play along. You go negotiate that deal, though, okay?
It certainly seems like the Niners do want him. I don't think that's like posturing to try and drive up his trade value. I don't know that you really need to drive up Brandon Ayuk's trade value. Like, if you're in the market for a Brandon Ayuk, he's good. You want him, right? I'm sure the Niners would love to just keep him, but he's a free agent after this upcoming season. He doesn't seem real intent on playing this season based on his current salary unless he gets some sort of new deal. And I don't think they can afford him beyond this season at all. I think if they could, they already would.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this as well. Brandon Ayuk had over 1,300 yards receiving last year. He had 7 touchdowns as well. This guy played like a wide receiver one. I just don't think right now there are a lot of general managers that believe Brandon Ayuk is a wide receiver one. I think they'd probably like to have another year. Why don't you go out and do exactly what you did last year? Anybody can go out there. Not anybody. I should not say that. And I really like Brandon Ayuk as a wide receiver too. Really like him a lot. But again, if I'm a general manager, I want to prove it. I want to take a prove-it mentality, do it again. Deebo Samuel last year in 15 games had 892 yards. Are you kidding me? Brandon Ayuk dwarfed him in his production for the most part. And again, Deebo Samuel, I know he was nicked up last year, but he played 15 games. A lot of games right there, obviously. So, look, this is the best way, I think, for a general manager to say, okay, you go explore your own option right now. You go find out how much you can pay. You can get paid by another team and what they're going to give us for you. You go do it. I'm not going to do it. You do it. I think it's probably the prudent way to proceed if you're John Lynch right now.
Here's more from Adam Schefter.
The Patriots have been monitoring the situation. The Browns have monitored the situation. The Steelers have monitored the situation. Every team should be monitoring the situation. Any team that with a wide receiver need. But you got to pay the player and you got to compensate the team. And it's hard to get both done. And that's not to say that it won't get done or that it will get done. It could happen in a moment, or it could drag on for days and weeks. I don't think anybody wants that, but again, both sides have not had their conditions met to make something happen.
Boy, Schefter really laid out every possibility there, didn't he?
Everybody likes a bargain, right? Everybody wants a bargain.
Yeah.
Okay, but Brandon Ayuk does not want a bargain.
He doesn't want to be a bargain.
And you know what's interesting? The San Francisco 49ers don't want a bargain for Brandon Ayuk. You can see the problem, what Schefter's saying right now. Oh. It's very difficult to move a guy like that because you do have to have both those things.
One of the things that you really understand more and more the more you're around these teams is, like, you look at Brandon Ayuk and you say, wouldn't every team like Brandon Ayuk? Yeah. 32 teams would love to have Brandon Ayuk.
Sure.
Okay? But how many of them would realistically be willing to pay him, like where they are right now? It has nothing to do with Brandon Ayuk, but like, is a team rebuilding? If they're rebuilding, they want to throw a bunch of money at a receiver. Interesting that the Patriots are on this list of teams looking because they're rebuilding. But so it's not 32 teams that would be willing to do that. It's, look at the 49ers right now. If they could get him re-signed, they would. But they don't seem to be able to. So now you got to find a team that's in a position where they're willing to throw money at Brandon Ayuk, and they can throw money at Brandon Ayuk, and they're going to trade something of significance to the 49ers. I do still think it'll get done, but that's not like a slam dunk by any means.
So does Brandon Ayuk want Justin Jefferson type money? Does he want to be paid as one of the best receivers in the National Football League?
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't proven he's Justin Jefferson. Nobody really has.
I guess that's what I'm saying right now. How much is he asking for right now? And that's going to hurt him. And that's the reason why I think John Lynch is doing the smart thing. You go find out what other teams out there want you badly enough where they're going to pay you top dollar. You go find out. You find that deal right now because we don't want to trade you. We want to keep you here, okay? You're the one who wants a new contract. You're the one who wants to be traded. So you know what? You go find that deal.
Their salary cap, San Francisco's, is so just flipped upside down right now because Ayuk is set to make $14 million this year, okay?
Yeah.
That's half of what Debo's making. So if I'm Brandon Ayuk, I'm like, I'm half as good as him. But it's actually what Christian McCaffrey's making, like $7 million this year. So he's making twice as much. And if I'm the Niners, I'm like, you're making 14 times what Brock Purdy makes.
Yeah.
They're so lucky that Brock Purdy is being paid in, like, gift cards. Like, he doesn't make anything. Otherwise, the Niners would be completely screwed. And they're still kind of screwed because I don't think they're going to be able to bring back Brandon Ayuk. All right, when we come back, how are the Diamondbacks supposed to navigate Gabby Moreno's impending absence and what's been working for the team lately? We're going to ask D-backs broadcaster, former catcher, Tuffy Ghostwitch joins us next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons.
There's another option, too, that I think is also intriguing, and that's Mack Wilson Sr., who has played a little bit of everything in his time in that. He was brought in to be an inside linebacker.
Yeah, he could rush.
But I was reading some quotes from him in which he said, hey, look, if I'm on the outside, I can go get a guy. I can certainly go rush the passer. He, to me, is a guy to keep an eye on because maybe you could go get another inside linebacker to replace him and make him more of your outside guy.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons 2 till 6 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, Basinonians, Ron will play here for my brothers over at Presidential Pools. Go to presidentialpools.com for more information right now. Just go ahead and look out your back window. Yeah, just go ahead and look out your back window. What do you see in that backyard? Well, you don't see a pool. You need to contact Presidential Pools right now, ladies and gentlemen. When you choose Presidential Pools, you're choosing peace of mind. Their industry-leading 5-year warranty ensures your investment is going to be protected. Plus, you'll enjoy exclusive Presidential perks with every pool sold, adding extra value to your purchase. For over 3 decades, Presidential Pools and Spas has been the Basin's premier pool builder. They're APSP certified. They hold an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and are proud members of the prestigious United Aqua Group. And I can tell you right now, we use Presidential Pools at the Wolfley compound, and we absolutely love it. Go to presidentialpools.com, Arizona's #1 pool builder.
The D-backs take on Bryce Harper and the Philadelphia Phillies for a 4-game weekend series starting August 8th. Secure your tickets now at dbacks.com.
Trying to fight the Arizona sun all day, working outside, or trying to sneak in a workout after putting in a full day at the office can leave you dehydrated and fatigued, and I have found a product that checks all the boxes for my life, and I'm sharing it with you. Hydrate and recover from Wilderness Athlete. Dave Burns here, low in sugar, high in electrolytes, amino acids, and super convenient with the individual packets. Say goodbye to post-workout struggles and hello to optimal muscle repair. Get yours today at wildernessathlete.com. Use keyword Burns at checkout for an extra 20% off.
At Shane Company, our engagement rings are the perfect blend of design, function, and beauty, each one a unique work of art. We meticulously craft our bridal jewelry in our jeweler's workshop to the highest standards, expertly setting each diamond by hand, ensuring the structure is perfectly balanced, and sizing everything for the perfect fit. Shane Company offers a free unmatched lifetime warranty because your engagement ring is an heirloom that was made to last. You'll cherish your ring today, tomorrow, and forever. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hi, folks. Brandon Webb here. What makes YRefi so different from other investments? YRefi offers a secure, collateralized portfolio with a strong fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. That's right, you heard it, 10.25%. There's no attack on your principal if ever you need your money back, and you're in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. Just call 877-80-INVEST or log on to investYRefi.com. And make sure to tell them Brandon Webb sent you.
Dan Bickley here for Revitalize, and August has arrived, vacations are over, and now is a great time for you to get in the best shape of your life. Revitalize will give you that and a lot more. They use state-of-the-art biometric technology to assess your well-being, and then their great staff of certified nutritionists take that info and craft a nutrition plan customized for you and what makes you unique. It's a powerful combination, and it's how they spawned the Bickley and Murata revolution and why they have over 850 five-star reviews. You'll eat real foods, you'll never feel hungry, you'll get the rapid results you're looking for, the internal wellness you need as you're getting older, and the tools that will last you a lifetime. In fact, sign up in August, you will get free coaching for the rest of the year, and sports fans know better than anyone the importance of a good coach. Learn more by calling 480-701-8133 or online at revitalizeweightloss.com. Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and today brings another shot of Olympic glory for Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. We'll react to how they perform tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Brazil coming up here in a little bit, and the Diamondbacks are back at it this afternoon/evening. I don't know, late afternoon, early evening in Cleveland against the Guardians. Already took game one from the best team in baseball. Pleased to be joined right now on the Arizona Sports Line by D-backs broadcaster, former catcher, Tuffy Goswitch. Tuffy, thank you so much for the time. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. Thanks for having me, guys. Looking forward to it.
Let's just start with the win last night. I mean, to go into Cleveland to beat that team, it feels like a lot of Diamondbacks games right now have their fair share of ups and downs, but they keep ending on pretty high notes. What did you see last night?
I mean, a roller coaster last night. I tell you what, it was from the first pitch on. It was just back and forth, and I mean, you look at the first inning, you got homers right away from Marte and Moreno, and then you come back and, Gallen not perfectly sharp there in the first, gives up 2, and so you're looking at a tie game again, 0-0 basically, and it felt like, the top of the second really was kind of a gut punch because you got Moreno going down, trying to beat out a single, and just from there it felt like, really the whole team kind of had a little bit of a letdown for a few innings, and understandably so. But I tell you what, the resiliency from this team is something that you really can't teach, and I think that honestly started last year and the run that they made at the end of the season, and that brought them together, and, give them credit because they've been doing it all season long.
Tuffy, that is my question right there. In the game of football, it's really easy to see a team that is tough. It's really easy to see that, physically, mentally, tough is coming from inside to me. There is no such thing as mental toughness because to me, it's one and the same. That's where it comes from, this resiliency, this toughness. Collectively, who are some of the guys, though, inside that clubhouse that model that toughness on a daily basis for this team?
Honestly, I think you look at it and you had veterans that showed the way last year to a lot of young guys. You have last year starting with Longoria, right?
Yeah.
Showing a lot of the young players how to do it. This year, you got guys coming in. Jock Peterson has been clutch the whole time. You have Paul Sewald now is still a veteran in the bullpen. He has led the way. Zach Gallen, a veteran on the mound. Merrill Kelly, even though he's been hurt, you have those guys that are showing the way. But you go back to, last year, Corbin Carroll, he plays hard. He's mentally tough day in and day out. This year he's struggling a little bit at the plate, but he still comes to work every day. He's still working hard every day.
Yeah.
And you have guys like Ketel Marte, who is as talented as anyone, and you see him take his game to the next level. And that shows me another level of mental toughness. Now, I think you're going to have that tested right now because I don't know how long Moreno's out, but you're going to have a guy that is very important to your team, and this is going to test you. This is going to be a test of how resilient and how, much you can withstand because he is important to this team. He is involved every day. He impacts the entire pitching staff, and he was really starting to swing the bat since he came off the IL with that thumb injury where he was down for just 10 days. But since he's come back from that, he has been lights out, and he's been swinging the bat. So, to answer your question, I don't know if I answered it perfectly, but I think that it's a collective group effort, and you have to have the veterans leading the way, and then you got to have some young guys that are setting the standard. This is the way we're going to do things, and we're going to do this every single day.
We're talking to Tuffy Ghostwich. Tuffy, you sort of touched on this. What's it like in-game for a team to see an injury like that? And this Diamondbacks team has unfortunately seen more than their fair share this season, and they keep bouncing back. But, it's one thing to have 24 hours after the game to kind of come to terms with the fact that Gabby's going on the injured list. But when it happens that early in the game, what does that potentially do to a team?
Yeah, a lot of times the team will be done for the game. To be totally honest, it was just an important piece of your ball club, absolute gut punch. You see him go down. He went down in a heap after touching first, and anytime you see that, it's not a good sign. But a lot of times I think a team will kind of give in that game, and we didn't see that at all. We saw a team that came back, and they've been doing it now for a while. Early in the season, it was just a matter of, can you stay close in the playoff race? Can you stay close in the wild card long enough to get some of the pieces back? Like you're going to get back Erod today. You're going to get back Merrill hopefully soon in a couple weeks, you would hope. The goal early in the season was, hey, we just got to stay close. And now they've got on a roll, right? They've got on a roll since early July, late June, been absolutely smashing the ball at the plate. They've gotten the pitching when they need it. You get reinforcements in the bullpen. Things are looking good. So to come back from an injury early in the game, a lot of times you'll see teams just give in the rest of the game. That's not what happened. Kind of a little bit of a letdown there for a few innings, along with Logan Allen, the opposing pitcher, starting to actually pitch well there in the third, fourth, and fifth. But the Cleveland Guardians bullpen is the best in baseball, and they came back against the best bullpen in baseball last night, and that shows you a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Tuffy. That was so cool to see that right now. Okay, Eduardo Rodriguez is taking the ball for the Diamondbacks, making his debut. What is your expectation for him?
To be honest, I think that you just kind of got to hope that he's going to be healthy for a full game, whatever a full game is for him, whatever the pitch count is for him today. The number one goal is for him to be healthy for a full start, and that's what they want to see. He's going to be a leader out there. He is going to grind on the mound if he has to. Hopefully he's locked in, right? Hopefully he comes out and he's just dealing from the word go, but you can't really expect that. For me, I want to see a guy who's healthy, who can continue to pitch for us the rest of the season and keep you in the ball game. We saw yesterday, this is a tough lineup to face. I mean, they have the best record in baseball for a reason, and mostly is this lineup. They bang, they run, they do everything very well. And so for Erod today, I think it's just a matter of, hey, can you go out, keep us in the ball game, keep it close. Hopefully our offense continues to swing it and, get him deeper into the game, whatever deeper into the game is for him, hopefully 5-6 innings if possible. But I think that you can't have too high expectations other than, hey, let's make sure he's healthy today.
We're talking to Tuffy Ghostwich. Tuffy, look, Shohei's got absurd numbers, so maybe Ketel Marte doesn't end up winning NL MVP this season, but he certainly should be in the conversation, and it seems like he is now finally getting some national respect that he deserves. Just from a Diamondbacks perspective, though, what is having a guy that's been that consistent all season, what has that done for this team this year?
I think it's kind of like having a backbone for your team that you can rely on every single day. I know that, when I was playing, we knew that Goldie was going to come out every day and he was going to be good. Even on his bad days, he was going to be good, right? And you knew that he was going to come and he was going to bring it every day. And that kind of gives you a little bit of a sense of security going to the ballpark each day. You're like, man, I don't know if he can keep up this pace the whole season, but you know that he is going to make an impact on the game every single day in some way. And having that rock in your lineup, it's invaluable. So the run that he's been on here for the last month or so, is insane. And talking about MVP conversation, I'll tell you what, if he continues to swing the bat this way and he's playing the best defense of his career, I mean, I looked at this yesterday, he is the 6th best defensive second baseman in baseball. And that's saying something. That's taking pride in your defense. And, nothing against Shohei. The guy is generational talent, one of a kind, but he's not playing defense. So in my mind, that makes a big difference. If his offensive numbers are anywhere in the realm of Shohei and he's playing defense every day and at a high level, I mean, you got to consider him at least for the MVP.
That's a great point, and one that I haven't heard made that much, because you're right. If he can just keep the numbers close, he's playing great defense, and Shohei's right now just hitting. Tuffy, thanks so much, man.
Thank you, Tuffy.
We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Absolutely. My pleasure, fellas. Have a good one.
All right, you too. That's Tuffy Ghostwich joining us right. They thought he might have to catch last night the way that game was going. Jose Herrera looked like he maybe got dinged up too. And then it was like, well, who's the emergency catcher? Well, Christian Walker, so he's not here. So they have to pull Tuffy off the broadcast to catch. All right, when we come back, what can Devin Booker learn from P.J. Tucker? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
When the D-backs do this.
And the 2-0, that is hit well. Out towards center field, going back Pajes, onto the warning track, at the wall, it is gone! one.
You'll hear it on the Arizona Sports app.
Moreno with a 2-run shot, his 4th of the year, and we are tied at 4.
The Arizona Sports app, presented by Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfley here from my brothers over at Santan Ford. I am Santan Ford. I wanted to say that quickly right there, all right? Listen, I have known Tim Hovick for over 20 years right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Tim Hovick is the owner-operator of Santan Ford right now, and Tim Hovick Santan Ford is the place to explore the possibilities of EV. Yeah, that's right, an electric vehicle. Maybe it's the Mustang Mach-E, or maybe it's the Ford F-150 Lightning. Whatever it may be that you like, EV might not be right for you, but there are millions and millions of people that love and enjoy an EV right now. Maybe it's time for you to give one a try. The current lease offers over at Santan Ford are about as good as they're going to get, man. Santan Ford is the West Coast headquarters for electric vehicles as well. What you need to do is jump in the vehicle, jump in your car, and drive on over to the Santan 202 freeway and Val Vista Drive in Gilbert, or go to santanford.com.
At the UPS Store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
When it comes to Global Credit Union, there are so many benefits. Where do you start? Dave Burns here. All the services of a bank, but Global Credit Union is member-owned, so the benefits get passed on to you. Early access to direct deposits, reduced loan rates, better dividends than you might find elsewhere. Stop into one of their 12 branches or go to globalcu.org to open an account today. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities. Free checking and no monthly maintenance fee only apply to core checking accounts. Direct deposit required for early payday. Other fees may apply.
Dan Bickley here with my guy, Shane O'Hanrahan. And for people who are tired of gas prices in Arizona, I see some smoking hot deals on electric vehicles at Chapman BMW.
That's right, Bick. All our BMW EVs are getting incredible reviews. People love them. And right now, you can lease the all-new BMW i4 for as low as $459 a month. But we offer great prices on all our make and models. Come on down, check us out, and get your hookup.
You can shop online at ChapmanBMW.com. That's Chapman BMW. 2 great locations.
One great experience.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits, and if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, this is Ron Wolfley. I'm here with the chairman of the Auction Indian community and my good buddy, Robert Miguel. Robert, how are you, bud?
I'm doing wonderful, so.
Hey, we're so happy to have you involved with our PCH Give-a-thon. Why did you decide to get involved?
Giving back is part of who we are. We took the We All Win with Auction message and want everyone to know that our focus has always been on our kids of our community, but really all families across the state. We're honored to give back and help the families and kids at PCH.
Who do you know from your community that has used Phoenix Children's Hospital over the years?
We've had multiple community members have to go to PCH, and we're lucky to have such a great hospital in our own backyard. We want to be known as a community leader, and we'll help in any way we can. We're so blessed to be a part of this year's PCH Give-a-thon.
Robert, that is absolutely fantastic. And for Phoenix Children's Hospital, the kids all win with Auction.
KMBP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. The Arizona Diamondbacks took down the best team in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, 7-6 last night. While they got the win, the D-backs lost a player in the process. According to our John Gambadoro, catcher Gabby Moreno is headed to the 10-day injured list after injuring his groin last night. The D-backs are calling up catcher Adrian Del Castillo to fill Moreno's roster spot. Arizona and Cleveland play again tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. And some college basketball news. According to John Rothstein, ASU men's basketball is going to play a home-and-home series with Gonzaga starting November 10th in Spokane. The latest is brought to you by APS. APS Solutions for Business can help you make energy efficiency upgrades more affordable. Find rebates at aps.com/business rebates.
Hey everybody, it's Burnsy. Team USA has their first quarterfinal game today, taking on Brazil. What should we expect from D-Book and Kevin Durant? The Burns and Gambo Show starts at 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Hour number 2 of the show, live from State Farm Stadium. It's Wolf and Luke. Wolf, I got to give you credit. I don't know how you managed to get all the way upstairs and all the way back down here with the coffee during that break, because we're not at the office, we're at State Farm Stadium, and there's an elevator in play. That's a variable you can't control.
That's right. I was booking it, Luke, for the most part.
I imagine so.
Not saying hello to anybody, just waving and just right on by. You know what I mean? Bada bing, bada boom.
What would have happened if Paulie came up and was like, "Hey, Wolf, would you just be like, get lost, Paulie? I got to get my coffee."
That would have happened anyways.
That's true. That's true. I think I saw you do that when we walked in here slowly today. You found this. This is from the mind of producer Wolf, but I like it. This is Devin Booker from the Backyard Pod, and I'm going to play a story. This is Booker telling the story about he and PJ Tucker. And this is back when Booker was a rookie, right?
Yeah.
It's him now telling a story about an experience he had as a rookie when PJ Tucker was a teammate.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
When we're down in Mexico City and we're practicing, there's like a little crowd in there too, because it's like NBA cares.
Like NBA games.
Like, there's an audience in there, and we are not worried about the people that are watching. We get into it like we usually do. This is probably the most physical one. He come in, soft headbutts to my chin, so I had to get him off me real quick. They separate us. We both take different buses back to the hotel. I remember I clicked the hotel floor, go up to the players floor. I get off, it's a long hallway, like 50 yards. Turn the corner, it's just PJ right there. PJ's coming down, we just walk head to head. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. Either we about to just finish what just happened at practice. He comes in, just wraps me up, just grabs me like, Rook, I can't let you be a part of this, man. This losing, man, this ain't the real NBA. That's what you need. You're too good for that. You need somebody that's gonna push you every day.
Love that.
Yeah, so that's a small example where people are like, yeah, I was getting my head beat in the first few years, but you can't replicate those moments and the type of vets. And, you know, my situation, I love how it went.
Oh, where do you begin when you hear that, Luke? Where do you begin? He tells that story, and what are the thoughts that bombard your brain?
Well, I mean, that's a specific example. I hadn't heard that story yet, but we've heard Devin Booker speak highly of PJ Tucker in the past, and that's a good specific example or insight as to why, right? I mean, that's you can't just see that sort of that interaction, especially in the hallway. Nobody else is around. I'm doing you a favor, basically. I'm not going to let you come into the league like this and accept this team winning 20 games every year.
Okay, the story you just heard from Devin Booker, these are my thoughts on this based on earnings. First of all, I'm a big picture guy. So let's go ahead and think big picture. What is this truly all about? What is this interaction between Devin Booker and PJ Tucker? What is it all about right now? It's about leadership. That's what it's about. leadership, period. I don't think of Devin Booker and the development of Devin Booker. We all understand Devin Booker is one of the best basketball players on the face of the planet. We all get that. To me, I think of leadership and what P.J. Tucker did. I talk about it all the time. Leadership is not standing up all the time in front of your teammates. We got to hit them high. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to hit them low. We got to fight. That's not what it's about. What it's all about. It's not that. That's not leadership. Leadership also is walking up to dudes and saying something to them. What he did in practice is amazing to me. He just said, you know what, I'm not going to let you just coast your way through this. I'm going to make you work because it's going to get you better. That is the kind of mentality that P.J. Tucker has. It's the kind of leadership that I think the Phoenix Suns today, what they need right now, today, is that kind of toughness and that kind of accountability, walking up and squaring somebody up. And that's what P.J. Tucker was doing with Book. And did it leave a mark on Book? Yes, it did. And that's why I want Book to realize what P.J. Tucker did for him and now give back and be that guy who's going to challenge his own teammates in the locker room, challenge his own teammates out on the floor. Do that. Be the leader. Be accountable and challenge your teammates.
It's crazy because what you're saying is right and it's going to have to happen, and maybe it already does happen to a certain extent with Booker. But that's a story about a vet and a rookie that, you know, the vet could tell this rookie's going to be something special. The Suns don't really – I mean, Booker's still one of the youngest players on the team. It doesn't need to matter.
Yeah,
I mean, it's his team, and he's been in the league since 2015, which is crazy. Now, that story is either from 2015 or 2016 because that was his rookie season.
Yeah.
Booker went on to talk about how different practice is in the NBA in 2024.
I don't see it no more, bro, and I don't want to sound like an old head, but
ain't
nobody playing ones and after practice no more. Like, that's all we used to do. Practice wasn't nothing because you can't get no real good bumping in the NBA in practice. For sure. Can't even touch the starters for real. You bump them a couple times, practice over.
Yeah, you know, that's the reality, once again, of today's...
Devin Booker sounding like he's in his early 80s. He's 27.
Yeah, that's, you know what, be an old head. Go ahead and be an old head. You know what, old school, I'm not going to apologize for being old school.
Booker sounded old school since he was 19.
Exactly right. Listen, I understand you're not going to practice like that in today's NBA. I get it. But don't lose sight of the accountability that is still going on there. The accountability. This story is about that. I'm going to challenge you because of that. I'm going to challenge you, Book. You've got all this talent. What you need is somebody to challenge you so you realize how tough you are. Talent and toughness. Once again, I'd like to see Book challenge more of his teammates. Do you think Book has that kind of cachet, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think he's got that kind of clout inside the locker room? Yeah, he does. Trust me on that.
He also has, working in his favor, he's not a guy that necessarily, not that he doesn't talk, but he doesn't like just constantly talk and constantly run his mouth.
Correct.
So if he says something, in addition to the fact that, look, it's Devin Booker, what has he been through in this league already, and who is he as a player? And look, he's been on Team USA, and he's probably going to have 2 goals with Team USA. Already at age 27, but also like if he speaks just in general, you would think it would carry more weight because he doesn't speak a whole lot.
Yeah,
he may speak to his teammates more than he does, you know. But he's not just constantly running his mouth. He's not constantly posting stuff on Twitter. He's not just a constant stream of consciousness. So if he's talking, he probably has something important to say.
He's not like that. He's not like that. I guess what I'm saying is do. You have to do and you have to say. The saying part for P.J. Tucker was challenging Book. He was, and telling him face to face why he was doing it. That was the challenge part of it. That was the saying part of it. The doing part, Book, go play like you play. Go play like you do. And by doing that, you're setting the tone for everybody else as well. P.J. Tucker was showing great leadership when he did what he did. great leadership. Book needs to do the same with his teammates.
I do love that story because you can just see P.J. Tucker doing that, especially the part in the hall where he's like, no, we're not fighting. I'm trying to help you. All right, when we come back, we're out here at State Farm Stadium. Which players have turned heads during training camp? We're going to ask our own Arizona Cardinals reporter for Arizona Sports, Tyler Drake. Joins us next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
The Train Teddy Bear Express gets rolling at Phoenix Children's for the Give-a-thon on August 12th. You can make a difference for kids and families. Keep listening for details. The Give-a-thon is presented by your Valley Hyundai dealers and Ak-Chin Indian community.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's Closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
If you've tried to lose weight on your own in the past, you probably felt like your body was working against you. Hey, it's Vince Marotta here to tell you about Revitalize Weight Loss and Wellness, a fully holistic weight loss approach that allows you to incorporate real food, expert coaching with no quick fix medications. And I'm speaking from experience. In 2018, I met with the world-class team from Revitalize, and after listening to what their scientific methodology was all about, I was in. I accomplished my goal of getting under 170 pounds, and I also saw real improvement in my metabolic efficiency to help me keep the pounds off. Revitalize has worked for thousands of our listeners. We call them the Bickley and Marotta Revolution. If Revitalize was right for me, and for that many in our audience, it's probably the solution you've been searching for as well. And Arizona Sports listeners will receive free coaching through the end of the year with any August enrollment. Conditions apply, but go to RevitalizeWeightLoss.com to book your initial consultation. Be sure to tell them Bickley and Marotta sent you. Schedule today at RevitalizeWeightLoss.com.
Ah, summer is here. Time for video calls, eating lunch at your desk, and navigating office politics.
Wait, that's not what summer's for.
But my inbox is full.
Inbox schminbox. Life is short. Summer is for getting away. Bring on the beach, the national parks, the music festivals. We gotta get out of here.
This summer, get away from the monotony in the Hyundai you've always wanted. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on right now. You can get the hottest deals of the season on many of our award-winning Hyundai models, like the tech-filled Tucson, the spacious Palisade, or the super stylish Elantra. Ignore those meeting invites and get away with the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty. But get going, because these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The thing that's been missing from our life, it's football.
This is wide receiver Greg Dortch on the home of Arizona Cardinals football. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Cards Camp, live from the farm. Wolf and Luke coming your way with training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
All right, welcome back to State Farm Stadium. Wolf and Luke and Tyler Drake now. It's like an Arizona sports reunion out here at State Farm Stadium. What's going on, Tyler?
Not much. I just actually checked out a lot of the new food options that are coming to State Farm Stadium, so that was pretty wild. There's a lot.
I mean, there's some really good ones on there. I'm intrigued by the cotton candy burrito because I read the description of that. It was like anything with sugar is in this burrito.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very much that. I was watching them kind of make it, and just how they made it was something I think I got like diabetes just watching it.
Wasn't there?
Oh my goodness!
Wasn't there a jalapeno hot
It
dog?
looks amazing. It looks crazy, but I'm definitely not going to give it to my 3-year-old daughter. I'll tell you that.
All right, Tyler Drake is joining us here as we head towards that first preseason game. So let's just start there. Have you expecting anything in particular this week leading up to that game? Have you seen anything sort of evolving even since maybe the last practice Friday and then the red and white scrimmage on Saturday?
Well, one thing I'm very interested to see is just how this running back room is going to look going into the first preseason game. I know we all saw the depth chart that came out, and Amari Dermacado right behind Trey Benson, which if you're looking at the practices, Trey Benson has very much been behind Amari Dermacado and even Michael Carter at some points. So really looking at that, see if Benson really gets the, I guess, first team reps. I'm not sure if Kyler's going to be playing in this one. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. I think week 2 is more of a, I guess, the meter to watch for more of the starters playing. So this one, I think a lot of guys that they want to see more out of are going to get a lot more reps. I know you were talking about Marquise Hayes, so that's one guy that I think is going to get a lot of reps this first game because I think they really want to see what he can do. And like you mentioned too, pass pro, that's going to be the big one for him because he is a mauler. He is definitely the Will Hernandez on the other side, but he's got to up his game in the pass pro for sure.
No doubt about it. So right now, training camp 24 for the Arizona Cardinals, where do you begin? I'm not just talking about a single practice or a single player. I'm talking about overall. Where do you begin, Tyler?
Where I begin is I just look at the intensity that even on the low days, it's still there. The team first mentality, which we all saw, I think, taking shape last year, is very much the case. Like there is no me guy on this team. I mean, there's a lot of guys wearing shirts that say me over or team over me, and I think that kind of just explains, that's a really good symbol of just how this team operates moving forward, and I think that's what everybody wanted to see. And I think the big thing is Kyler Murray's healthy. I think that alone just puts just so much more emphasis on guys getting to that next level and getting that chemistry with him, because he's looking like every part of what he did at the end of last year and even taking some steps forward there. So I'm very interested to see just the intensity level, and the team first mentality is, busting out of the seams. And I know that a lot of people have talked about that, but it just seems like it has taken another level. Dennis Gardeck said it before we even got to training camp. Like, everybody's here for the guy next to them. And I don't think you could say that with a lot of teams.
We're talking to Tyler Drake. Tyler, a lot of excitement around this team, and it's building, obviously, with the first preseason game, and there's a lot of reasons to be excited. But the B.J. Ojulari injury over the weekend, that news was just – that was a huge downer.
Yeah.
I know there's not like a clear-cut answer to this yet. We're going to have to see how it plays out, over the course of the season now. And it's not like he was a lock for 15 sacks or 12 sacks. He's still, going into his second year. But what do you think best-case scenario is for how they can replace him? Do they have to go outside this roster, or can they do it internally?
I think a lot of people are looking outside of the roster, but you also have to take this into account. The free agents that are out there right now, I know there's a couple big names, but there's a reason why they're still out there. Maybe it's performance, maybe it's play, maybe it's just they just want to get some more time and pick the team that they want to go to. But I really do think they're going to look in-house a lot, and I think it starts with Zaven and starts with Dennis Gardeck. What can you see out of those two guys? Because those are the starters in my eyes. From there, what can you get out of Victor Dumukeji and Jesse Luketa? Obviously, Luketa had that fullback role last year, but do they it was only a couple snaps, so nothing crazy, but how much can they get out of those guys to feel like the depth is there? I know they just went out and signed a guy, got to look at it still, but the depth, they've still got to make sure they've got the right depth, because starting-wise, I think we could all agree that it was going to be Dennis, Zaven, and BJ in some rotation, and then from there, who can really fill in the cracks? So now, can Victor take that big jump and really make it to where he's that first guy coming into the rotation, or a Jesse Luketa, or an Xavier Thomas? I mean, it's very much open, and I think they want somebody in-house to do it, because also you could wait till 53-man cutdown day, bring somebody from another team that maybe just got cut, but you also have to get them up to speed for the season. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people are recognizing is there's a lot of time on task that needs to be had, even if you're a veteran, even if you've been through a training camp with somebody else. So that part, I just don't see them bringing in a guy who's going to make an impact instantly. I think it's going to be more of an in-house option, and then from there maybe add some more depth and then just kind of see what you got.
And Tyler, have you heard anything in regard to the starters and how much they might actually play or make an appearance against the Saints?
You know, I haven't heard a lot. I know Gannon said it's an ongoing discussion, and they're going to talk about, I think they're going to talk about it all the way up until game time, it seems like. But I would assume if I'm looking at the schedule, I would say week 2 is probably more of the bet to see more of these starters take the field. I think week 1, like I said, is going to be more about let's see what these guys who maybe not on the bubble, but maybe we need to see some more. Let's see them in live action now. They've done some things in training camp, but can they emulate it when the Bullets go live?
Talking to Tyler Drake. Tyler, the cornerback position, has anybody jumped out to you yet, or do you have a sense of maybe who they want to take those spots? I guess there's more than one spot there, and run with it.
There's a lot of candidates for that cornerback role, and obviously I think I've got to give a shout out to Max Melton and Starling Thomas, because I think Sean Murphy-Bunting has done everything they thought he would do at this point. Now you have a guy like Max Melton who's still coming along. Obviously he wasn't in that starting role in the depth chart. Starling Thomas, who I think he's earned that from he's been a standout this camp. He's had a couple of times where he's gotten beat, but the dude has been about his business this whole entire camp, a very consistent guy. And then you look at the other guys. Elijah Jones, how much can you get out of him? But yeah, I would start with Max and Starling have really, taken that next step in my eyes of being guys who can potentially be in that rotation for the entire season. And I got to give a shout out to Garrett, because I think Garrett's probably the most consistent cornerback on this roster right now. He can play inside, he can play outside. He gives them so much versatility, and as we know, they love that versatility on this team.
B.J. Ojulari, how badly are they going to miss him in your opinion?
A lot. Aside from him being that projected starter in my eyes, the depth side of everything is huge. They love rotating guys in, so it definitely hurts. Zaven got his contract extension the same day that got announced, and you could just tell even from him it was a very emotional day. They've spent so much time together off the field practicing and getting to know each other and learning from one another. So seeing the hurt is very much real there on the B.J. Ojulari side. But as Gannon said, the sun comes up tomorrow. We got to keep going, and we got to go to work. So that's what I'll be really looking at, is how much maybe harder does this room play, knowing that one of their brothers is not coming back.
The Kaiser White-Mac Wilson tandem in the middle of the defense. I know it's early. I know we haven't even got to see it in a game situation yet. Maybe we won't get to see it this weekend against New Orleans. But what do you think of that? How is that duo trending?
It looks like it's going to be very fun.
Yeah,
it's a
right.
violent.
That's really all I wanted to hear.
Violent bunch that looks like they are ready to put people in the dirt, and that's how they are. That's their mentality. They want to do it legally, but they want to put you in the ground. And they're two of the better guys, I think, who can achieve that very much so with this roster.
Yeah, for me right now, I'm so jacked up. I think you know that. The physicality of this team, the mentality, the culture that they have built here, I think it starts on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. For me, Tyler, that is something that is so encouraging, because the biggest improvement this team could make, in my opinion, is their rush defense.
Mm-hmm.
That is where they could make the biggest improvement from a year ago. Dead last in the NFL in terms of stopping the run. That is demoralizing for a football team, not just a defense, but for a football team, period. What about you offensively as you look at where do you think they can improve the most offensively?
I think we've seen the run game is there.
Yes,
should be They should be a top 5, top 3 team with how they've revamped this offseason, how they came out of last year. Evan Brown should be that solidified left guard, if not the center, depending on what is going on with Froholt. But I think offensively is, can you get that deep ball back? Can you get it back on a consistent basis? Mm-hmm. And you've got Marvin. You've got an improved Michael Wilson. You've got Zay Jones who could come in. You've got Greg Dortch who can do about everything. So that's where I'm going to be looking, is those big explosive plays, because that's the thing that Jonathan Gannon always preaches on the defensive side. Don't give up explosive plays. Other side, you've got to have explosive plays to win the game. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, those 20-yard bombs, those 20-yard plays that really get get this offense churning, and then you run it down their throat with a James Conner.
Nailed it.
Tyler, great stuff, buddy, as always.
Thank you,
Talk
guys.
to you again soon.
Yep, for sure.
Text us your thoughts to the FanDuel text line at 620 right now. When we come back, Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his Diamondbacks debut tonight, so what can we realistically expect from him? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Listen during Give-a-thon the week of August 12th to hear stories of hope presented by Madame Homes.
He's like, I don't want chemo, I don't want anything. Just let me go. For him to tell me that, I know he was in a lot of pain because he was always so strong.
The Give-a-thon is presented by Your Valley Hyundai dealers and Ak-Chin Indian community.
This is the fire department. What is your emergency?
No, we got a fire in the pool. She's in the pool. She's not responsive.
Is she out of the water?
Yes, sir. I got her on the floor. I'm trying to get her CPR.
How old is she?
3, 4. A bunch of white stuff keeps coming out of the house.
House is driving you as we speak, so keep doing that CPR, okay? So she wakes up.
Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it. Come on, baby.
How long was she under the water?
I don't know. We don't know. I don't know.
While someone's doing compressions, let someone else go open up the door and make sure it's open for them.
Let her live. No.
Okay, we gotta keep doing the compressions and keep breathing.
Keep going, Dad. Oh my God. Please, guys, I'm gonna die.
The paramedics are pulling up, but don't stop until they come and take over, okay?
This heartbreaking 911 call is only one of far too many. Fulton Homes reminds you 2 seconds is too long to take your eyes off kids near water. Take action today and visit Fulton2seconds.com.
When you need it, you want the best team to represent you. And the Berg Simpson Law Firm is a team you can rely on. Dave Burns here. Years ago, my wife and I were involved in a terrible accident, and we made a mistake. We needed help to navigate all of it, and we could have used Berg Simpson. They are not your typical injury law firm. Don't do this on your own. Call Berg Simpson, 602-777-7000, or visit them at bergsimpson.com. Berg Simpson, good lawyers, changing lives.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, president of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial advisor really matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk about anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at assetpreservationwealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Arthritis can be simply awful, bone on bone, constant pain, robbing you of so much of the stuff you love to do. Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and I've got some good news for you. There are now effective ways to deal with that pain, and I'm talking about cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief, and the place to go, QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics uses advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, restore your mobility, and give you long-term relief. This is why they are called the future of medicine. So if you are living with chronic pain, you need to know steroids and surgery and pain pills no longer your only options. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are ready to help you get your life back. Call QC Kinetics now with clinics in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler, and you can reach them by calling 602-837-PAIN, 602-837-PAIN for QC Kinetics.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. The Arizona Diamondbacks took down the best team in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, 7-6 last night. While they got the win, the D-backs lost a key player in the process. According to our own John Gambadoro, catcher Gabby Moreno is headed to the 10-day injured list after injuring his groin last night. The D-backs are calling up catcher Adrian Del Castillo to fill Moreno's roster spot. Arizona and Cleveland play again tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. And the Arizona Cardinals made a signing to replace injured pass rusher B.J. Ojulari. They signed linebacker Marquise Haynes. He had 14 sacks in 6 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, including 5 in 2022. The latest is brought to you by Backfit Health and Spine. With 9 valley-wide locations, Backfit Health and Spine is ready to take care of your pain needs. Text BACK to 620-620 for more info and to receive the Gambo special.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us on Wednesday. Can the D-backs keep it rolling in Cleveland? Full recap starting at 6 here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, so a 3.30 ERA and a 1.15 whip. That's what Eduardo Rodriguez had last season, Wolf, with the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, I mean, to put that in perspective, last year Merrill Kelly had a 3.29 ERA and a 1.19 whip. So basically identical numbers. That's what, and Merrill's not quite back yet, but I'm using that more as the reference point of, we all remember how effective Merrill Kelly was last year for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm not saying you're getting him back. Hopefully you're getting him back in like a week, but you might be getting back, you are getting somebody tonight in Eduardo Rodriguez that put up Merrill Kelly-like numbers for a different team. So we got to see how that plays out. I'm not saying he's going to step in and be Merrill Kelly-like.
Yes.
But they didn't get Eduardo Rodriguez as like a depth guy when they went out and made that move. That was a big-time move this offseason. Finally, he pitches tonight.
Yeah, that's why they signed him to a 4-year contract as well right there, right?
That's a good point. He's going to be pitching tonight and for a while.
Exactly, tonight and for a while right now. Man, the level of excitement right now, can you feel it, brothers? Seriously. The way the team is playing right now, how they're playing, what they have shown over the last 6 weeks has been truly stunning right now, compared and contrasted to the first part of the season, of course. They are absolutely playing great baseball right now, and now they're getting back some guys as well. They are losing some players. We all understand that, but hopefully it's going to be shorter as opposed to later in terms of Christian Walker coming back, and hopefully with Gabby Moreno as well, we'll get some good news on that, and it's not going to be as long as I may think that it might be for him. Hopefully he's going to be coming back, but man, the wave of goodness that the Arizona Diamondbacks are riding right now, it's starting to come to a head, man. And I see Eduardo Rodriguez taking the ball tonight. Can you get 5 solid innings out of Erod? Can you get 5?
That's what you're looking for, right? I'm looking at this stat is, maybe this isn't as crazy as it seems, but here's the last 7 Diamondback wins, okay?
Yeah.
Here's who the winning pitcher of record was in the last 7 games, okay, going backwards. Ryan Thompson, Paul Sewald, Dylan Floro, Zach Gallen, Ryan Nelson, Joe Mantiply, Brandon Pfaadt. Like, nobody has doubled up. And a lot of those guys are relievers.
Yeah.
Now, that's going back 7 wins. You don't have one guy double up. And even if you go back beyond that, like you throw a Gallen in there, but then it's Mantiply, it's Montgomery. They've been doing this without a starting rotation, or at least an established starting rotation. I think what you said, 5 innings, it would be outstanding if he could go out there and give you 5 innings and give up 2 runs or less, because he's facing a good team in Cleveland too. But just come out, look like Eduardo Rodriguez. You know, nothing's a given. We've seen that with Jordan Montgomery this season. You switch teams, everything's different. He's coming back from an injury too. Montgomery wasn't even coming back from an injury, so nothing's a given. But at the same time, like, he's been a good pitcher in this league for a while.
No, he definitely has. And, again, the expectation. I tend to believe a pro is who he is. He's going to take the ball tonight. He's going to go out there and he's going to be Eduardo Rodriguez. Yet at the same time, that just doesn't seem feasible or plausible. That a guy would miss as much time as Erod has missed, right? And all of a sudden take the ball and go out there and play baseball at the highest level we possibly can generate and go out there and just jump right back into the saddle and be who he's going to be. There's got to be some type of ramp up, right? There's got to be. That's what my mind tells me, yet at the same time, my heart is screaming at me right now saying, he's Erod. He's going to take the ball, he's going to go out and be Erod. That's what's going to happen. He doesn't need any ramp up. They wouldn't be starting him if he needed any ramp up.
Well, that last part's true. I mean, I'm sort of with you. Like, he's coming in against Cleveland, and then most likely his next start would be Sunday against Philly.
Yes.
So,
but it just doesn't seem possible to actually go out there and be yourself after all of this time you've missed.
Well, Torrey talked about skipping rehab with Erod, too, and now he feels good about where they are.
Correct. We felt good about that. Erod had some really good observations. We asked him what he wanted to do. He said he wanted more of a controlled environment for his last rehab start, which was going to be in the ACL. It was a very, very controlled environment. It was 15 pitches for 4 innings with another 10 added on. So we felt really good about that number, and he felt good about it as well.
Okay. So there it is. Once again, you're not going to run him out there if he's not ready to go.
Yeah. Well, it's just because he's been doing a lot of like the sim games to get back to this point. It's not like he's facing a bunch of batters in Reno. It's a little bit different, but you know who he is. Now the question, is how much do we need to temper our expectations, because he is coming in August. It's what can he give you down the stretch?
He is. Yet at the same time, he's playing. He's taking the ball for the hottest team in baseball right now.
That helps.
I just think about that, brothers, right now. I mean, that's what's going on. The Diamondbacks, this is what I love about them. And this also applies to the Guardians. But the Diamondbacks, they can beat you in so many ways. So many different ways. You were talking about this the other day. The fact they're number 2 in runs per game?
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2.
In all of baseball.
Only the New York Yankees score more runs per game.
Okay, when you saw that, did that shock you?
Yeah, it did, because I figured they were going to be like top 10. I figured I was going to look like, they're probably like 8, 7 or whatever, just because they have those games where they put up 17.
Yeah.
But they also had stretches earlier this year where Suarez wasn't hitting and Corbin Carroll wasn't getting on base, and and guys were hurt. But they still, despite all that, they are number 2 in Major League Baseball in runs per game.
Think about this once again. Number 2 in terms of runs per game, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2 in the baseball universe. That is really, really good. Dare I say, that is elite in the baseball universe. And then, of course, you've got some pitching. And again, this pitching has not been together. This rotation has not been together the entire season. Has not. Those 5 guys that Mike Hazen said, this is going to be our rotation right here. This is what we're going to do. When I went out and got Jordan Montgomery, man, that was the death knell for some other teams that are out there. That rotation, a 5-man rotation, one of the best in baseball at that point in time, at least on paper. Now we're going to start to see it. The rotation starting to get healthy once again. So you've got a number 2 team in terms of generating runs per game, and then you've got this rotation that's starting to get healthy once again. You got a team that will field its position. Man, they can beat you in so many different ways, and it's one of the reasons why I think the Guardians are really good as well, because they can beat you in a lot of different ways.
To be honest, when I looked that up, I wasn't looking for where the Diamondbacks were in runs per game. I was looking for the Guardians, just to see, like, okay, this team, you and I were talking about this off the air yesterday. There always seems to be like 1 or 2 baseball teams each year that's just like, they're really good, their record's amazing, they're tough out.
Yeah.
But they don't look like anything amazing on paper. That's the Guardians. But there's always 1 or 2 teams like this, so I absolutely take them serious as a playoff team because, well, Even though it didn't show yesterday, they have an amazing bullpen. The Diamondbacks went right through it yesterday, but they do have an amazing bullpen. But there just is always a team like that. But that's what I was looking for. It was Cleveland like this amazing run-producing team, and then I was like, wait, where are the Diamondbacks on this list? And I just had to keep going up and up to find them at number 2.
Totally stunning to me. Incredible. Because it feels like, man, there have been real patches of this season where they have struggled so much to score runs. That really is not the case. And by the way, the sample size is big enough, is it not, brothers? You got to take them seriously. They can put it up.
When we come back, do the Arizona Cardinals maybe already have one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL, and are people catching on to that? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
And now the 1-1. Swung on, hit well. Could it be 3? Going back, call to the track. It is gone! 3-home run game. Eugenio Suarez. It's his night to remember, and it's 14-0 Diamondbacks.
Are the D-backs getting right at the right time? Listen to play-by-play of every Diamondbacks game on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfliger from my brothers over at Trajan Wealth. Go to TrajanWealth.com for more information right now. Yeah, it's August and it's hot here, no doubt about it. But if you're not feeling the sizzle with your current financial advisor, you need to call Trajan Wealth. That's right, brothers. Listen, Trajan Wealth's core philosophies include low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency as well. These are just a few qualities that differentiate Trajan Wealth in their portfolio from competitors. It's one of the reasons why you got to call Trajan Wealth today. Would you like some peace of mind in your investment portfolio? I know that I did. It's one of the reasons why I picked up the phone to call Trajan Wealth. And you know what? You should too, Basinonians, right now. 480-990-3300. That is the number, 480-990-3300 for Trajan Wealth. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Score big this football season with Waste Connections roll-off services. Perfect for any cleanup, large or small. Visit wasteconnections.com/Arizona to learn more. Waste Connections of Arizona. We want your trash.
Dan Bickley here, and if you've been sentenced to 30 years of debt by your mortgage, I have your solution. The Life Changer loan combines your banking with your mortgage, and it allows you to pay off your mortgage in years, not decades, and then you get decades to build personal wealth, which is how you get ahead. If you're a good fit, this loan will do exactly what it says. It will change your life. Find out more by calling 480-504-0844. Find them online at lifechangerloan.com.
We're a 2 Ford family. Yep, Paul Calvise here. In fact, Ford has been part of our family for generations. Built Ford proud dates back more than a century in this country, and the future, it is here at our Desert Ford dealers. Like those F-Series trucks, built Ford tough, and the all-new 2024 F-150 with the all-new interior and exterior is designed to be the most rugged, dependable, and productive ever. No workbench, no outlet, no problem. With Pro Power on board and that convenient work service, the F-150 has you covered. SUVs, there's the Ford Bronco Sport with 5 available trims, the Ford Explorer with all the advanced tech, plus 3-row seating that folds down for tons of cargo room, and you gotta love how there's a powertrain for everyone. Gas, hybrid, electric, like that 2024 Ford Mustang Mach-E, 100% electric, 100% SUV with sports car performance and 0 tailpipe emissions. Bottom line, get to our Desert Ford dealers and see how a new Ford fits your future at buyfordnow.com.
This summer will be heating up as the Arizona Diamondbacks look to repeat as NL champions and bring home that World Series title. Man, is it fun watching these D-backs play. The Gold Glove defense, the speed on the base paths, and the newfound power in the lineup. You don't want to miss any of the action, but if you're struggling with your vision, you're probably doing a lot more listening than watching. But we can change that. Dr. Jay Schwartz has been the team ophthalmologist for the D-backs since 2002, and he's ready to help you see the game the way you're intended to. If you're nearsighted, farsighted, or having astigmatism, it's very likely likely a vision correction procedure from the Schwartz Laser Eye Center that may be right from you. Dr. Schwartz offers a free LASIK evaluation and 2 years of interest-free financing. And he's got 3 locations in the Valley, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Mesa. Trust me, I had LASIK surgery from the Schwartz Laser Eye Center about 15 years ago. And at age 57, I don't wear any glasses, contacts, or readers. One of the best things I've ever done. So if you want to reduce or even eliminate your need of glasses and contacts, call 480-483-EYES for your free LASIK evaluation or go online at tmidoc.com.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
Wolf and Luke talking Cardinals camp now.
It starts with I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you
Okay, so I feel like we all feel pretty good about Drew Petzing in the direction of this offense, Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say you like the direction this offense is going?
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely love Drew Petzing and his philosophy.
I guess maybe this is just me being naive, but I sort of thought Drew Petzing was maybe flying under the radar a little bit nationally. You know, he's a up-and-coming coach in this league, right? It's not like
no
an
doubt
established
about it.
guy. But there is more and more buzz for him around the league. This is Tom Pelissero about 2 weeks ago talking about Drew Petzing, actually.
Everybody praises Drew Petzing, too, guy that I don't think a lot of people knew. He was on the Vikings staff a long time. He was more recently the quarterbacks coach in Cleveland, now entering his second year in Arizona. So as a play caller, he's finally got more experience than he did going into last season. He's really smart. One of the players there, I think it was Kyler, called him a genius. We're going to see now, with a fully healthy, fully prepared Kyler Murray and the best receiver in the draft, what that Drew Petzing offense is really going to be all about.
Okay. Just hearing that music in the background makes me feel like it's football season. And B, Kyler did, in that interview we had with him, call him a genius, and he was like, I don't want to call him a genius. But then he kind of called him a genius.
He did. Yeah, you know, once again, the thing I'm most fascinated about right now is just the fact that he came from a system in Cleveland where they just hammered the ball. It's what they did with Nick Chubb, of course. That's when they were at their best and are at their best right now. Can I just say that is my expectation? We saw it here last year in 2023. We saw this elite rushing football team. That is a philosophy that comes from JG. It's a philosophy that's handed down with Monty Ossenfort as well. And it's a philosophy that Drew Petzing totally embodies. It's who he is. It's one of the reasons why I call him the Gremlin, all right? Because he's absolutely he's diminutive, yet he's got the biggest football philosophy that I have been around in terms of driving you into the ground. And I love his mentality. He's a genius. He's super smart when you talk to him, but I love his mentality. His heart is always there. And he is dangerous because of that. And you know what? I think there are some people across the National Football League that are starting to notice that.
Pro Football Focus did their top 10 offensive coordinators around the league entering 2024, and they have Petzing at number 10 on the list. So he makes their list. Now, again, you know, it's a list. Take it for what it's worth.
That's
except
right.
2 years ago, we didn't even have an offensive coordinator on this team. So it's nice to go from no offensive coordinator to an offensive coordinator who is well regarded around the league and, you know, honestly, most importantly, very, very highly regarded by his quarterback.
Yeah, of course, and that is so important right now. The chemistry between offensive coordinator and, of course, Kyler Murray, that quarterback, it's imperative that the OC and the quarterback will get along and see eye to eye for the most part. And it was one of the problems, I think, and we've talked about this, one of the problems with Cliff, I think just too close to the situation as the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and, of course, Kyler Murray. I think that was where a lot of the friction came from. So it's really nice to have a Drew Petzing, who is the offensive coordinator, of course, and a guy that is starting to get a lot of recognition because of how he plays the game. This is what's going to happen, I believe, this year right here. We're going to see a lot more balls being thrown down the field. Balls that are going to be chunk throws. whether it's a 9 route on the outside, whether it's an 8 route, which is a post over the middle, a corner route, which is to the flag. It's running down the field and then running towards the sideline on a 45-degree angle. It's a flag route. They're going to be chunk throws, a 6 route, a deep in, coming across the middle at 17 and rolling it in. This is what we're going to see, and not only out of Marvin Harrison Jr., but also Trey McBride. Once that happens, if in fact the Arizona Cardinals can show other teams that they can do that and throw it from the pocket, once they establish that again, oh my goodness, it is going to help the rushing attack so much, because now a defense is going to have to worry about that. The ball being thrown over their head or the ball being shoved down their throat. You can see the problem. A lot of drama there.
You mentioned Marvin Harrison Jr., so I just want to remind everybody that he's joining us up here in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
To talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. things. Yes, Marv. He will be joining us up here. I want to play this cut from Jonathan Gannon. This is last week talking about that relationship between Drew Petzing and Kyler Murray from the head coach's perspective, because I honestly, Wolf, as much as I like Petzing with Kyler, I also like the setup better, too. Like, if you told me, hey, Petzing's going to be the offensive coordinator and the head coach, I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah.
Like, he seems to be a better fit with Kyler than Cliff was anyway, but I also didn't like that situation where you have a head coach and no OC. Now you've got a head coach in Jonathan Gannon, and here's his observation on what his OC and quarterback, how they work together.
Drew and both Iz and Kyler, like when you're on the same page of what needs to happen to win, the speed at which you communicate and get things done is cool to see. And with Kyler, there's no distractions ever about anything other than ball, so it's like you just get right to ball, you know. So I was in that meeting last night, and I mean, they cover a lot quick, and there's a high level of detail and understanding. And I know that's the quarterback position. You know, I never coached it, but that position, you know, is what it is for a reason. And they talk to him like he's a coach, you know what I mean? And he talks to them like he's a coach. So just a level of understanding. And Clayton and Dez are doing a good job too. You know what I mean? Clayton being in his second year in this system, and it's evolved. You know what I mean? Dez has played a lot of ball, but a different system. You know, there's some same plays, obviously, with Arthur and with Dave Ragone, you know, in Atlanta, but it's different terminology, different thinking, different vision of how that goes, different footwork, you know, all those things. So they're all three of them are doing a good job.
You know, it's interesting to hear him talk about that relationship, of course, with Drew Petzing and Kyler Murray, and tactically how they go about their business. What I love about JG, I do believe he is mentoring Kyler Murray on a strategic level up here on the what it is that we're going to do. I think Luke, JG wants Kyler Murray to be an extension of him on the field. That's what I think. And that's why you've got to actually be able to regurgitate the strategies, the things that JG says to the team. You need Kyler Murray to embrace that and then regurgitate that to the guys around him as well. I think that mentoring partnership that has been established between JG and Kyler is real, and it's happening before our very eyes.
And that's why that dynamic is so important. I mean, you don't have to tell Cardinals fans or the Cardinals how important it is to have that dynamic, but it just feels like it's gone to the extreme where it's working out so well, because it's not just, okay, now Kyler has an offensive coordinator and a quarterback's coach and a head coach that are very different, but also just like what you're saying right there, like he does have a different relationship with Jonathan Gannon than he does with Drew Petzing. And I know in terms of actually on the field, we've only seen 8 games of it, but I can tell you, and I think anybody that's been around this team can tell you, it is night and day from what it used to be. And that's, I don't even mean that as, hey, this was all Cliff's fault. Like it's not even what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it's a better fit with Drew Petzing, and there's an offensive coordinator and a head coach. If we had done that 2 years ago, hey, here's the head coach talking about Kyler's relationship with his offensive coordinator, he would have been talking about himself.
Yes.
So just the simple fact you have a head coach talking about Petzing and Kyler and how well they've worked together, that I think was step one, and it was huge. But beyond that, it's working out very well, and a lot of that is because of Drew Petzing.
Juxtapose what we have seen with Kyler Murray in the past to what we saw this offseason, Basinonians. Go ahead and do that. And tell me there has not been a profound difference and change in Kyler Murray. Profound. You know who that points to me? Two guys. It does. JG, Drew Petzing.
You're just happy you got to use juxtapose on the show before anybody else.
That's
today.
right. One on the strategic level, one on the tactical.
Again, Marv is going to join us in about 20 minutes. When we come back, we're going to take you through the top stories of the day with Wolf and Down Your Lunch. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Bickley and Marotta mornings.
It feels like the Diamondbacks have turned a corner here. I don't even know what the corner is, but it feels like a corner has been turned.
I get that feeling as well. It just seems like they figured out how to win games.
They're 21-9 since June 29th, best record in majors. I've seen these numbers. It doesn't necessarily match the way I have felt about this baseball team. They've been winning games, they've been winning series, they've been winning more often than they've been losing, but along the way they felt very fragile to me. They don't feel fragile to me anymore.
Bickley and Marotta, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfley here from my brothers over at Moving Team 6. Go to movingteam6.com for more information. You don't want to move in the summer, of course. Ron Wolfley reporting. You know it. We know it. We all know it. Nobody wants to move. Let the professionals over at Moving Team 6 take care of you and your family and your belongings right now. Tim Lee, of course, is the owner-operator of Moving Team 6. He started the company all the way back in 2012 with his sons Garrett and JT. They run the business. It's a family business. They run it right here in Phoenix. They're built on a foundation of faith, ethics, honesty, trust, and service. And the reason why I know that is because the Lee family is built on a foundation of faith, ethics, honesty, trust, and service. And not only that, they proudly support and hire our veterans. Go to movingteam6.com for more information. That's movingteam6.com. Your move is their mission.
Hi, folks. Brandon Webb here. What makes Y-Refi so different from other investments? Y-Refi offers a secure, collateralized portfolio with a strong fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. That's right, you heard it, 10.25%. There's no attack on your principal if ever you need your money back, and you're in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. Just call 877-80-INVEST or log on to investYRefi.com. And make sure to tell them Brandon Webb sent you.
Your backyard's old palm isn't just a tree. It's witnessed your family's journey. From school photos to prom photos in the front yard, it's been there, growing with your family. For 5 years, Moon Valley Nurseries has provided me with expert advice, free planting, and custom care so I can focus on making those memories with my family. Invest in those moments with Moon Valley's new rejuvenation service. Treat your trees for $20 to $50 each. Text RENEW to 620-620 today to get started and take care of those memories. That's RENEW to 620-620.
Message and data rates may apply.
Dan Bickley here for Revitalize, and August has arrived, vacations are over, and now is a great time for you to get in the best shape of your life. Revitalize will give you that and a lot more. They use state-of-the-art biometric technology to assess your well-being, and then their great staff of certified nutritionists take that info and craft a nutrition plan customized for you and what makes you unique. It's a powerful combination, and it's how they spawned the Bickley and Marotta revolution and why they have over 850 five-star reviews. You'll eat real foods, you'll never feel hungry, you'll get the rapid results you're looking for, the internal wellness you need as you're getting older, and the tools that will last you a lifetime. In fact, sign up in August, you will get free coaching for the rest of the year, and sports fans know better than anyone the importance of a good coach. Learn more by calling 480-701-8133 or online at revitalizeweightloss.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. The Arizona Diamondbacks took down the best team in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians, 7-6 last night. While they got the win, the D-backs lost a player in the process. According to our own John Gambadoro, catcher Gabby Moreno is headed to the 10-day injury list after injuring his groin last night. The D-backs are calling up catcher Adrian Del Castillo to fill Moreno's roster spot. Arizona and Cleveland play again tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. And the Arizona Cardinals made a signing to replace injured pass rusher B.J. Ojulari. They signed linebacker Marquise Haynes. He had 14 sacks in 6 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, including 5 in 2022. The latest is brought to you by APS. APS Solutions for Business can help you make energy efficiency upgrades more affordable. Find rebates at aps.com/business rebates.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Yeah, can I have a number 3 with cheese and a large coffee?
Wolfing down your lunch. Serving up today's top sports stories with Wolf and Luke.
Man, does this smell good.
Brought to you by Aria Dental Implant Center. Locally owned and affordable dental implants.
It is noon on a Tuesday. We're out here at State Farm Stadium. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. joining us in about 10 minutes, so we got to do Wolfing Down Your Lunch right now. Aaron Maloney is right here. Aaron?
So Jock Peterson did it again last night, guys.
3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Drill deep right. Back it goes. On its way, and that one is gone! Pinch hit, go-ahead home run by Jock Peterson. It's a Jock shot to right, and the Diamondbacks lead it 6-5.
So Jock did that while Justin Martinez recorded his first save of the season in yesterday's 7-6 10-inning win at the Guardians. Your reaction to that?
Don't you just kind of expect it now from Jock Peterson? I know that's not fair, but it's like...
I've always been a huge fan of Jock Peterson, which did hurt when he was with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's fair.
And now I just like him better on our side.
It's a lot better, especially if it's like 6th inning or later. I just assume the ball is going somewhere over the fence.
Yeah, it was so cool because he is a professional hitter. We talk about this all the time. He just seems to be a guy that relishes the opportunity to go out and shove it in your face, if you know what I mean. He's got a chip, I think, on his shoulder. And I thought it was so cool to see that, especially with the juxtaposition of J-Mart and what he did.
Why'd you think that was cool, Wolf?
Because
he said a little something yesterday about Justin Martinez potentially closing out games?
No. I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, at first, I didn't want Justin Martinez to be even considered to close out games. I didn't think he had earned that. But to me, he's got to get this experience, and he got the experience. Unfortunately, he got the experience, and he did it at a high-leverage situation. And to me, that is going to reap and pay dividends for him down the road, big time.
I thought you were going to say juxtaposition when you said juxtaposition,
No, I was
so
not.
I didn't hear anything after that.
Our Sanderson Ford poll question is up now at ArizonaSports.com, and it asks, can the Diamondbacks make the Dodgers sweat in the NL West race? Your choices are yes, they'll keep this close, yes, D-backs will win the division, probably not, or no way.
I think they're going to keep it close. I think if you told me what's more likely, they take the Dodgers out of the playoffs again or that they catch them and win the division, I think they probably take them out of the playoffs again, and I'm fine with that. So I'll say they keep it close. I think San Diego's going to keep it close too.
I think what we're seeing right now is real, and they're only going to get stronger. When Erod comes back today, takes the ball today, and then hopefully Merrill Kelly, maybe next week, they're only going to get stronger. They're getting better, and yet they're playing their best baseball by far and away right now. Yeah, you know what? I think they can catch them.
So 61% said yes, they'll keep this close. 29% said probably not. 7% said yes, D-backs will win the division. And 3% said no way. Speaking of Eduardo Rodriguez, he'll make his Diamondbacks debut tonight as he'll take the mound in Game 2 of the D-backs series against the Guardians. What do you expect?
I don't know, honestly. The guy hasn't pitched in so long.
Feels like a trade deadline acquisition, right?
It does, and even then, he's still waiting a little bit. I'm going to say 5 2/3, gives up 3.
Okay.
Almost a quality start, though.
I'm going to say 5 innings.
Okay.
That's what he goes, and he gives up 3.
Oh, mine was better.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I'm just saying, Cleveland is really good.
Cleveland is.
Really good team.
But we beat them last night, so why not tonight, right?
I do expect a series win because that's just a given at this point, right? I mean, I'm
got to make it 7 straight.
Yep.
It's not all good news, though. The Diamondbacks announced Gabby Moreno suffered a strained left groin. According to our own John Gambadoro, he'll go on the 10-day IL. So what now? Here's D-backs manager Torey Lovello.
You know, you see one of your own go down like that. It wasn't a great sight. But he's on his feet right now, and he'll be heading back to Arizona to get examined tomorrow by our group. It's a left groin strain. I'll categorize it as that, and we'll get more into that when we get a little bit of a diagnosis from our group of guys. So I think they did fight for him. They love to win. This team knows how to win, and they love to win. And the right guys came up in the right spot.
How big of a blow is this if the D-backs are going to get to where they want to go this season? Can they do it without Gabby?
I think they can survive without him for a little bit, but I don't know that they can, win the World Series if he's not playing the rest of the way. And nobody's saying he's not playing the rest of the way, to be clear, but they're going to need him back at some point, I think, unless Adrian Del Castillo is just going to treat the majors like he's treating the minors.
Man, this is so hard right here. I mean, honestly, you're going to say one guy getting hurt means they're not going to win the World Series, not going to get to the World Series. I don't know. But I think I agree with Luke on that. It's so hard. He's so integral to everything they do, fielding their position, just how good he is defensively, of course, and his bat being on fire the way that it has been. And yeah, they're going to miss Gabby Moreno in a big, big way. And to me, I think the way he went down on the ground and how he was rolling on the ground, that to me was not a strained groin. That was a tear. That's just me.
Let's hope not.
I know. I agree.
The Arizona Cardinals depth chart for the first week of preseason, as compiled by media staff, was released yesterday. Evan Brown is listed as the starting left guard ahead of rookie Isaiah Adams. Michael Wilson is wide receiver 2 ahead of Zay Jones. And the other 2 starting cornerbacks alongside Sean Murphy-Bunting are Garrett Williams and Starling Thomas. Not rookie Max Melton. What stood out to you?
The Max Melton part of it there, not being one of the starters yet, but I mean that can change so quickly. It's that juxtaposed with the fact that you did have Marvin Harrison Jr., who is a rookie already listed as your number 1 receiver, which we all know that's going to be the case, but still it was kind of cool to see that. That jumped out. Max Melton not being there yet jumped out, and Michael Carter being the fifth-string running back was noticeable.
Yeah, first of all, let's just say it the way that it is right now. Why would you ever say compared to when you could say juxtaposed to, or the juxtaposition?
Oh, no.
Why would you ever do
I
that?
just completely changed part of my language. That's what I'm going to be saying. So
exactly right. Evan Brown, I think, it's that to me has got me pretty jacked up as to the depth chart. So juxtaposition is what I'm going to call it.
All right, that was Wolfing Down Your Lunch. Thank you, Aaron, as always. When we come back, does Marvin Harrison Jr. want to play in the preseason? We're going to ask him. The Cardinals wide receiver is going to join us right here next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons.
Gambo, you talk about why not. I'll give you a why not. Ketel Marte for MVP. Why not?
He's hitting 300 now.
I get it. Shohei Ohtani is the most popular player on the second most popular team.
Doesn't play in the field.
We talked about this last week. At this point, I'm having a hard time coming up with any reason why it shouldn't be Ketel other than Shohei Ohtani is the most popular player in the game playing on the second most popular team. Because I just don't think that's enough.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons 2 till 6 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN. 602-837-PAIN.
In Arizona, you gotta have all Pro Shade concepts. Cool any space down by up to 20 degrees with our commercial-grade manual or motorized shades. Visit allproshade.com for your free at-home estimate.
Call All Pro Shade, Shade, Shade.
The monsoons are here, which might have you asking the question if your roof is ready to endure the wind and the rain. Dave Burns here for Renco Roofing. Don't take a gamble with this. Leaks or roofing issues could lead to costly repairs, but with Renco Roofing, you can get ahead of it. Let their experts point you in the right direction so your roof can stand up to the tests of the monsoons. Next day appointments are available, so go to RencoRoofing.com or call 480-418-5390. Renco Roofing, monsoon tested, sunshine approved.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
Wolf and Luke talking Cardinals camp now.
All right, if you want to see the 2024 Cardinals in person at State Farm Stadium, a limited number of tickets remain. For more information, visit azcardinals.com/tickets. Pleased to be joined up here right now by Cardinals rookie receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin, thanks so much for the time, man. About 2 weeks into camp now. How's it going for you?
Good. It's been good. Enjoying my time with the guys and getting better each and every single day.
So, Marvin, one of my favorite moments is I saw you line up in the slot as a receiver, and I saw you crack on the edge.
That's one of your favorite moments?
That's one of my favorite, Marvin, right there. I saw you crack on the edge. How's the blocking coming along so far in training camp?
It's been good. It's been good. I mean, those guys are definitely physical, and just trying to hold my own in there.
You got no problem doing it, though, do you?
No, you got to do what's best for the team, so that's all I try to do.
How does that come from your dad? Does that come from growing up around the game? I mean, when you consider your pedigree and what you did in college and where you were picked, most people wouldn't think, okay, here's a receiver, he's going to be out there blocking too. Is that just because of how you grew up?
I mean, that's just part of the job. Obviously, to be a receiver, you got to do great things in the passing game, but the run game is just as important. So I just try to do my best in helping the team any way I can.
So, Marvin, how much do you actually access your father in this regard to obviously the great that he was, the Hall of Fame player that he is right now? How much do you reference him in terms of what it is that you're doing out here in your career overall?
I mean, not as much anymore. I've done a good job of kind of developing a discipline and consistency within myself and kind of knowing what's right from wrong and just having trust in my coaches as well. And I think he trusts me as well, so that's just big. So now I still do my best to reach out to him whenever I need to, but I kind of lets me be me at this point.
We're talking to Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin, I know you haven't got to play a game yet with Kyler Murray, but it certainly seems like you guys have chemistry quickly, and he's a really good quarterback. You're obviously a really good receiver, but there's never a guarantee that it looks like it's working, though. What can you tell us about how that's developed?
Yeah, I mean, playing with Kyler is great. I think just his overall abilities to obviously make throws in the pocket and then also make plays with his legs as well, extend plays, and I'm just trying to do my best to help him be successful. That's why they brought me here.
So how is camp going for you right now? As a rookie, is there anything that has surprised you, Marvin?
We probably do less than I did in college. Honestly, I think JG does a great job of taking care of us, making sure we stay healthy, most importantly, because obviously it's a long season, a lot longer than compared to college. So I think he values health and availability. So we don't do as much as we did in college, but my body feels a lot better than it did then. So that's great.
That jump from college to the NFL, I mean, I guess you'll see the speed of the game and everything too. Aside from the fact that you're now playing where it's 115 degrees in the off season, but what has that jump been like? And do you know other guys around the league that have kind of told you what to expect? Or I mean, I guess your dad too.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a jump, but it's still football at the end of the day. The field doesn't change. There's still 11 guys on the field on offense, 11 guys on the field on defense, and I'm still playing the same position. So I just go out there and do my best that I can and help the team.
So does anyone call you Marv, or is it always Marvin?
They probably do. I'm just so used to it. I probably don't even realize it now, but I think everybody calls you Marv. Right?
Okay, no, that's good right there. I just wanted to actually ask you that because you're such an athletic freak to me, and you have so much talent. Just calling you Marv is kind of funny to
Marv,
me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good. I want to get that out of the way right now. So training camp has been going well for you. Has any of it been difficult in terms of taking a pro offense and actually mentally trying to actually get used to a pro offense compared to a college offense?
I mean, I come from Ohio State with Coach Day, and he does a great job preparing us at that level. And we kind of have a pro-style offense there at Ohio State, and obviously I played with some great guys as well. So I think I came in here prepared for the NFL offense and do my best to learn everything I can.
We're talking to Marvin Harrison Jr. Marv, I just called you Marv. Marv, a lot of these receivers are kind of new to Cardinals fans. I mean, Greg Dortch has been here. Michael Wilson was here for a year, but he was hurt. Zay Jones is new. What have you seen from the other guys in the receiver room?
I mean, it's a very talented room. Yeah. I think I've been in the most talented receiver room in college football history. I think my freshman year. So coming here is not something I'm not used to, being around other talented guys. I think we push each other to get better. And it's really been great experiencing them and getting a chance to learn from them the best I can.
What that year in Ohio State that you're talking about, was that Olave?
That was my freshman year coming in spring. It was Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jameson Williams.
Oh my goodness!
And then we had Julian Fleming and Emeka Ibuka. So we had some guys in that room.
That's a Pro Bowl team.
Exactly.
So, Marv, what is your approach to preseason? Do you want to play in preseason games?
Just whatever the coaches tell me to do, I'm just going to follow their lead. They're going to do what's best for the team, what's best for me. So, whatever shots they call, I'm going to go with them.
But as you know, so much of the time, coaches will come up to you and go, "How do you feel about this? What are you thinking? Do you want to play? How many reps do you want to get right there?"
Yeah, I think I definitely want to play at some point in the preseason game, just to get my feet wet a little bit in an actual NFL game. I wish college had that, honestly. They wish they had some preseason games. So, we'll see how much I play. I don't really know. I'm just going to go with the flow.
How much that is just timing? I mean, I know you haven't played an NFL game yet, but even just to get like a series or two, then when you're out there in week 1 against Buffalo.
Exactly. That's really just all it is. Getting timing down, understanding what a game week is in the NFL, warm-ups, just the whole NFL process of going out there playing the game.
Yeah.
Are you a goal guy? Are you one of these guys that come in and say, you know what, I'd like to catch 80 balls. I'd like to actually have 1,000 receiving. I mean, are you a guy that sets goals coming into season?
I think everybody's individual goals. For me, I just want to get better each and every single day. That's all I can really do is be the best player that I can be. And then they brought me here to help this team win. So I think for me, my biggest individual goal is help the team win, get to the playoffs, win the Super Bowl. So for me, that's what I look forward to.
Marv, I got to ask you, is your dad the same way? Was he the same way in regard to, setting goals, just really focusing on the process as opposed to the big picture?
Yeah, I think definitely. I definitely learned that from him, and just understand how he went about his business and kind of doing the same.
What do you think of Drew Petzing so far? Just your early impressions on how he runs the offense. And we talked to Kyler about a month or so ago, and he speaks very highly of him. I know you don't know him as well, but just your early
it's
thoughts.
been great. It's been great. I really love the balance that we have on the offense, the way to run past the different personnel groupings that we can do. It's really a special offense. I'm glad to be in it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite route to run?
Favorite route? Whatever one Kyler likes to throw.
That was good. Okay. That was really, really good, Marvin. No doubt about it.
What do you think, just this offense, we talked about the receivers, but when you got a James Conner, you got a Trey Benson, you got Trey McBride, too. You got a lot of Treys, but you can pull this offense in a lot of different directions, and then everything you can do as well.
Exactly. I mean, the balance is key, man. When you can kind of keep the defense guessing where they don't really know what you're doing from a run or pass standpoint, I think it opens up everything for everybody, not even just me, just other receivers, when you have so many things that defense has to worry about.
Yeah.
How much do you and Kyler have conversations in regard to practice? How much does he mentor you?
Yeah, I mean, if he sees something on the field, he comes to me. If I see something on the field, I'll come to him and just have constant communication to make sure we're on the same page. Like you said, we haven't really got any game reps yet, which will be nice to get, hopefully in the preseason. But I think those game reps will be important to kind of get our communication down for a live setting.
We're talking to Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin, there's a lot of – it's a young team, and I would assume, like, as a rookie, you kind of like that because you got a lot of other guys there going through similar things. But you also do have some veteran leadership in really key spots. It's not just Kyler. It's James Conner. It's guys on defense, too. Have you noticed that as well?
Definitely. I think bringing in Zay Jones is great for the receiver room as well. Zach has done a good job as well, being a veteran guy and just kind of helping us navigate things, me and the other rookie receivers. And I'm super thankful for them.
What's the best advice you've gotten so far? I'll tell you right now, my brother Craig played 12 years in the NFL. He gave me the best advice I could possibly get going into a training camp. I won't tell you what that is, but it was.
You got to tell me what the advice was.
Okay, seriously, you want to know what it was?
Yeah.
He said
don't listen to him,
He said to me, Ronnie, shut your mouth, respect everybody, and pick a fight with the toughest guy on the team.
I don't think I'll do that last one.
I know, Mark. I know, that's what he told me. But can I tell you, back then in 1985, it was the best advice I could have possibly received. We had to put that on a plaque and hang it over every rookie's locker. At least back then you should have. What about you? What is the best advice you've gotten as a rookie coming into the NFL?
I think when I first got here, one of the first things JG told me was just be me. Just be me. Don't try to be anybody else. I think he understands all the kind of the hype around me, the comparisons that people might want to make, whether it's my dad or Larry, just whoever it may be. So I just do their best, and he just told me to just be me, so that really meant a lot to me.
That's solid.
Marv, we appreciate this, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you, Marvin.
Thank you.
Marvin Harrison Jr. joining us right there. We come back. Well, first of all, if you subscribe to the Wolf and Luke Show podcast, subscribe right now on your iPhone or Android. You'll never miss any of the show. It's the Wolf and Luke Show podcast brought to you by FanDuel. When we come back, and the Diamondbacks get where they want to go if they don't have Gabby Moreno. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Dbacks at the Guardians.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Diamondbacks are the last one standing in an unforgettable series opener against the Guardians. Final score, Diamondbacks 7, Cleveland 6. Martinez strikes out 2 in a flawless bottom of the 10th inning.
That was a big road win against a really good team. Don't miss the D-backs at the Guardians Game 2. Our coverage starts this afternoon at 3 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Thinking about selling your home? 72 Sold can get you more money. How much more? A recent study released in 2024 says 72 Sold gets on average 7.8% more than other homes sold in the local MLS. That means 7.8% more money in your pocket. Why not try it? Just go to 72sold.com, put in your address, and answer a few simple questions. Get started today and get more money for your home at 72sold.com.
Trying to fight the Arizona sun all day, working outside, or trying to sneak in a workout after putting in a full day at the office can leave you dehydrated and fatigued, and I have found a product that checks all the boxes for my life, and I'm sharing it with you. Hydrate and recover from Wilderness Athlete. Dave Burns here, low in sugar, high in electrolytes, amino acids, and super convenient with the individual packets. Say goodbye to post-workout struggles and hello to optimal muscle repair. Get yours today at wildernessathlete.com. Use keyword Burns at checkout for an extra 20% off.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-895-7664. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-895-7664 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-895-7664.
Hey, it's Gamble, and I'm here with Stuart Willis, the president of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. Stuart, a lot of people think that they have accounts, investments that are diversified, but they really don't. Tell me about diversification and how Asset Preservation Wealth and Management handles that.
Actually, I think that the word's highly misunderstood because people will come in with 100 different positions, different mutual funds, and they feel like they're diversified. But oftentimes those mutual funds are all buying the same underlying stocks. So if they're all owning the same positions, we know there's going to be tons of overlap.
So you guys are able to combat that by having multiple money managers with different outlooks.
Absolutely. You don't ever want to have all your eggs in one basket because if your financial advisor gets it wrong, that can be detrimental to your portfolio.
So if you want to be truly diversified, contact Stuart Willis at Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax at 602-877-PLAN or assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor.
Go for the gold this summer with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Follow along with all your favorite international teams in all your favorite sports. From basketball to badminton and soccer to swimming, FanDuel has it all. For more, check out FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
21 plus and present in Arizona. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
D-backs fans, get the best seats at the best prices and access to exclusive events. 2025 Advantage memberships are on sale now. For more info, visit dbacks.com/memberships. I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Starting off with some D-backs news, catcher Gabby Moreno is headed to the 10-day injured list after injuring his groin last night in the D-backs win over the Guardians.
The D-backs are calling up catcher Adrian Del Castillo from AAA to fill Moreno's roster spot. Arizona and Cleveland play again tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. And the Arizona Cardinals made a signing to replace injured pass rusher B.J. Ojulari. They signed linebacker Marquise Haynes. He had 14 sacks in 6 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, including 5 in 2022. The latest is brought to you by Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning, your home of the no-fee emergency. No trip fees, no overtime fees, no weekend fees for you. Online at ReadyServices.com.
Hey, it's Gambo. Today we'll get to witness the long-awaited D-backs debut of Eduardo Rodriguez. What should we expect from the lefty starter? The Burns and Gambo Show starts at 2 on Arizona Sports.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks to Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinals for setting up that interview with Marvin Harrison Jr. If you missed it, you can find it on the podcast, and we'll react to it in a little bit here. But he's solid, Wolf. It's not like you're talking to a rookie when you're talking to him.
No,
not at all.
He is squared away, man. And it's just really cool because before we actually went on the air, Basin Orleans had the ability to talk to him a little bit and ask him about some of the legends of the game, like Tom Moore, okay? Famous offensive coordinator Tom Moore, who was with Peyton Manning for so long. And to hear him say, that's my dad's favorite.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Sr., I just thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool conversation. We talked to him on the phone right after the draft, like the day after the draft. But obviously, always you get a little bit more when you're sitting there talking to the person in person too. And appreciate him doing that before practice because he's a big routine guy getting ready for practice. Yep. For the Diamondbacks, you heard it there in the update. Gabby Moreno is going on the injured list. They're going to call up Adrian Del Castillo. I'm going to give you some stats on Adrian Del Castillo, though. Okay. Well, he's actually a year older than Gabby, in that he was born in '99 and Gabby was born in 2000. So it's not a full year, but they're both 24 right now. But he's basically the same age as Gabby. 24 home runs and a .319 average, 70 RBI, 86 runs scored in the minors this year.
Yes.
Like, he is killing it in the minors.
Yes.
Now, Gabby does a lot of additional stuff. I don't know that they're going to be able to bring anybody up to match his defense. And I'm not saying Adrian Del Castillo is going to come up and just all of a sudden hit like that in the majors. But they've got one of the better minor league catchers in baseball right now. So at least you do have that to call up.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, as a matter of fact. But again, of all the guys, I stood up and I was yelling.
Yeah.
Anyone else yelling out there? Because this is just me. And again, I wanna be really specific about this and really upfront. But the way he went down, to watch him, the way he was running and the way he stopped running and the way he hit the ground and the pain that he was in, to me, that was not a strain. Okay? Now, look, Basin Orleans, let's hope that it is. Let's hope that it is just a strained groin, because if it's just a strain, man, in 2 weeks he'll be ready to go. Got no problem with that.
I mean, that'd be ideal. I don't know that they need him in 2 weeks. Like, if they don't have him back in 2 weeks, what are they going to do? But I do think big picture, that's one of the very few guys on the short list of you got to have him for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Do I think they could make the playoffs if Gabby is out until late September? Yeah, they probably could, because they've withstood every other injury this season. But at a certain point, do we get to see them play at full strength? Their reward,
I know,
if they make the playoffs, should be okay. And now you get your actual team that Mike Hazen put together in the offseason. Now we get to see Merrill Kelly pitching and Gabby Moreno catching the pitches. Is that really that much to ask?
Right. And once again, let's hope that it is a strain. But, man, the way he hit the ground and the way he stopped running as well and couldn't run. I've seen some guys actually tear their groin very, very badly, and that looked like a tear to me. Let's hope that it isn't, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope it's only going to be 2 weeks, and then Gabby will be right back out there once again. But there is concern because of what he does for me. When you think of the pitchers and how well he handles the pitching staff, when you think of how young he is and the influence that he has and the way that he is regarded and respected inside the clubhouse as well, when you think of his arm, how good he is defensively, and you think of his bat and Gabby Lane, I mean, you think of how influential he is and integral to a lot of the wins that the Diamondbacks have had. Boy, to lose him would be a major loss.
It's been such just a roller coaster. We had Tuffy Ghostwitch on earlier, and he was like, yeah, last night was a roller coaster, and it was. But just this whole run has been such a roller coaster because you'll have a Diamondbacks game, and it's several events rolled into one, right? Like, you're probably going to lose a key player because they seem like they're just the most unlucky team in baseball right now. But then they're going to win anyway. They're probably going to have a blown save, but they're going to win anyway. You're going to face a team like Cleveland, who's the best team in baseball. I'll just beat them anyway. Just go into Cleveland and beat them. You're going to do it by going through their bullpen. Like, this is so exciting, the brand of baseball they're playing. And as we keep talking about, the number one scoring team in the National League in terms of runs per game. Ketel Marte is having an MVP caliber season, whether he wins it or not. Right now, I would say it's just him and Shohei. And yet, there's always something of like, yeah, you guys won again, but you're missing this player now for a couple weeks. And at least with Christian Walker, Mike Hazen was like, I'm not allowing this. I'll just go make a trade tomorrow. Yeah. By the way, Josh Bell twice in that game last night almost hit home runs.
I know.
I wanted to hear Metallica,
and
it just didn't quite happen.
Who was the big nasty of the game as far as you were concerned? I mean, the big nasty to me, based on
Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson.
That's
Jock Peterson right there. Another clutch home run with Jake McCarthy on second to give the Diamondbacks a 6-5 lead in the eighth. Unbelievable based on what he did with the Pirates on Sunday. What he did in the seventh.
It's just what he does at this point.
A 3-run shot to give him the lead in that game as well. Man, Jock Peterson right now, what an impact he's making on this team.
You can't, you really can't say enough about them going through that bullpen. Cleveland's bullpen is the strength of their team. And, I mean, they've got some good hitters, too. Jose Ramirez, like, you just forget about that guy.
Jose Ramirez is incredible.
He doesn't.
What a baseball player. He made some plays down at third base, too. He's fast. He's got, 24 stolen bases?
Yeah, he always has, like, 30 steals, and you wouldn't necessarily think, like, if you look at him, you're like, okay, he's a power hitter. But he'll just get you 30 steals every year. It's a good team.
Yeah, no, love watching him play.
But it really doesn't seem to matter who the Diamondbacks play right now. Like, they just you can talk about all these little elements that might be concerning. I mean, again, they couldn't close the game last night. That's concerning.
That is concerning.
But they keep winning the games, which is ultimately what you're trying to do.
You know what's amazing about that, man? Thinking of that blown save, and once again, in the Wolfley compound, when a closer doesn't win the game, when he has the opportunity to win a game, that's a blown save to me.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care when you take him out. I don't care what the situation is. Technically, that's not what a blown save is all about. And at the same time, if you tell me you hand the ball to a guy that's going to go out there and close and he's trying to get 3 outs, you have the lead, of course. Now, to me, if you don't have the lead somehow, some way, when you take him out, or not only that, if he puts 3 guys on and all of a sudden you take him out, right? That, to me, is a blown opportunity as a guy that's trying to close a game out.
Yeah, Ryan Thompson, for my money, is one of the best middle relievers in all of baseball. I don't even think it's really open to debate. The 3 games he's stepped in since Paul Sewald stopped being the closer, though, he's given up a run in each of them.
Yes.
So it's not like he's given up 5.
Right.
And he did get the win yesterday, but
technically not a blown save. Right?
I think they got him. I think he got a blown save and a win in that one.
Right.
Which is why wins are such a weird stat for pitchers.
I'm just saying we've seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen that where it's not been technically a blown save. But to me, if that closer doesn't go out and do his job, get 3 outs, that is a blown save to me.
Did you have any thought that they might go to Sewald in the 10th?
Yeah.
Because then Torrey could be like, look, I already went through a bunch of relievers in this game, and Paul's just sitting over there.
Boy, how about that? He brought in Justin Martinez, of course, and, man, was that goodness right there from J-Mart.
Yeah, when he pitches like that, all the people on Twitter who are like, this guy needs to be the closer, you got to feel good when he comes in and pitches like that.
Yes, but, we've seen him in some high-leverage situations as well.
Where he doesn't pitch like that.
Not do so well. That's why it was encouraging to see him. He threw 10 pitches, 8 of them were strikes.
And that seems low.
Yes.
It felt like all 10 were strikes.
Yes.
No, when he's on and he's not.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
To hitters when he's on.
And it doesn't really matter who the hitter is. That Dodgers game where he struck out 5 Dodgers because he was in a little bit extra long, I think it was 4th of July, just mowing through Freddie Freeman and Shohei like they were little leaguers up there. But when he's not on, wild pitches and walking 3 batters at a time. So he is the quintessential. It doesn't even matter what the matchup is necessarily. Either Justin Martinez is on and you're not getting a hit, or he's not and you don't even have to swing.
The Diamondbacks right now, though, overall, it just, man, the goodness of this team. They've won 10 of their last 12 games. They're 22-9 since June 29th.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
22-9 since June 29th. That's kind of weird right there, isn't it? Just saying that.
It's just kind of
22-9 since June 29th. They're 9 games over 500. Ron Wolfley reporting.
It's I'm not going to give like what the number could be if they hadn't blown all those saves, because I get it, and people have pointed this out. They've stolen some games too. But just remember that there were a lot of blown saves in there as well. More so, not, their record should be 20, whatever that would be. I'm not going to try to do the math on the air. 28-3 or something. It's just more like, of those 31 games you're talking about, there's been like 2 they were out of. You know, every one of those games they've either won or they were leading in the 9th inning. That's insane.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because you could say, they've blown a lot of saves, and we know that. Definitely, that's been a problem with this team this season. But you know what, man? They have also showed a propensity to come back and win, to your point. They are resilient. They come back over and over and over again, especially since the beginning of June. I think if you go back, not the middle of June.
No, not like a late night in the middle of June.
If you go back and you look at it, late June, I would say, and then, of course, July. That's right. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. But you get my point.
Sure, yeah.
Back then, remember, that they couldn't score runs late, it seemed. They could early. They were scoring runs early, but they couldn't score them late back in June. But in July, everything changed, it seemed.
It feels like every time it's brought up, like, hey, the Diamondbacks really can't do this, they start doing it.
Yes.
Oh, they don't score late. Well, okay. Well, they don't really come back. Well, now they do. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. How many times have we seen them just in July come back late in a game and win it?
Speaking of late, we're much later to break than I thought. The Cardinals released their first depth chart of the season today. So what stood out? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports. Burns and Gambo talk Diamondbacks baseball with Dbacks manager Torey Lovello. Brought to you by Estrella Jalisco. Don't miss Burns and Gambo with the skipper. 2:30 Friday afternoon. Listen on the Arizona Sports app and 98.7.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfley here for my brothers over at Presidential Pools. Go to presidentialpools.com for more information. One of the things I absolutely love about Presidential Pools, they are local, of course. There's no doubt about that. Their team is made up of lifetime Arizona residents who grew up around pools right here in the basin, ladies and gentlemen. Water is in their DNA, and the reason why that is important is because, man, they're going to enjoy talking to you about what it is that you want to do for your backyard oasis. When you choose Presidential Pools and Spas, you're choosing peace of mind. Their industry-leading 5-year warranty, it ensures your investment is going to be protective. 5-year warranty, man. You're going to enjoy exclusive Presidential perks with every pool sold, adding extra value to your purchase. Go to presidentialpools.com for more information. That's presidentialpools.com. Presidential Pools, Arizona's #1 pool builder.
A secure retirement just doesn't happen by accident. When that day comes, what's most important to you? Are you sure to have more money than month? What about unexpected medical costs? Do you want to leave something to the kids or the grandkids? I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know we specialize in these questions and can help make your retirement dream a reality with some of the highest guarantees in the business. Imagine getting up to a guaranteed 12% growth on your retirement income and up to a 30% bonus up front just for opening an account. If you have funds sitting idle in an old 401k or IRA, consider guaranteeing it to secure the peace of mind you deserve. Don't leave your financial security to chance. Take advantage of the highest guarantees I've seen in my career. Call Trajan today at 480-990-3300. That's 480-990-3300. Or visit us online at TrajanWealth.com.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com. Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Every day, helping, caring, supporting. Every day at APS, we're here to help with bill assistance and more when you need it most. We understand everyone's needs are different. That's why you'll find a variety of options that could help. Lower your bill with our energy support program. Qualified customers save up to 25 or 60% every month. Pay down your bill with crisis bill assistance and other programs and resources. Learn how you can get help with your bill at aps.com/brighter.
Hi, Dieter Dan here. Let's talk about staying cool this summer. That's right, I'm talking about your car's air conditioning. I'm here with my friend Wayne from AMCO to share some insights on car AC service and repair.
Hey Dan, so it's no secret that if your car's AC isn't working, it can turn your ride into an oven on wheels. Fear not, AMCO's here to rescue you from the heat.
Tell us more, and what sets AMCO apart from the rest.
Our certified techs are experts at diagnosing and fixing AC issues. Whether it's a refrigerant leak, a compressor failure, or just a simple recharge, we've got you covered.
What does AMCO offer for AC car repair?
Not only do we have a free AC check, we have an online coupon for $25 off a comprehensive AC inspection. Plus, with our transparent pricing options and warranties, you can trust you've got the best service for the best price.
Now, that's what I call a cool deal. So don't sweat it this summer. Head over to AMCO for all your car AC service and repair needs. Google AMCO for your nearest location. That's AMCO, AAMCO. Transmissions and a whole lot more.
If you've tried to lose weight on your own in the past, you probably felt like your body was working against you. Hey, it's Vince Marotta here to tell you about Revitalize Weight Loss and Wellness, a fully holistic weight loss approach that allows you to incorporate real food, expert coaching with no quick fix medications. And I'm speaking from experience. In 2018, I met with the world-class team from Revitalize, and after listening to what their scientific methodology was all about, I was in. I accomplished my goal of getting under 170 pounds, and I also saw real improvement in my metabolic efficiency to help me keep the pounds off. Revitalize has worked for thousands of our listeners. We call them the Bickley and Marotta Revolution. If Revitalize was right for me, and for that many in our audience, it's probably the solution you've been searching for as well. And Arizona Sports listeners will receive free coaching through the end of the year with any August enrollment. Conditions apply, but go to revitalizeweightloss.com to book your initial consultation. Be sure to tell them Bickley and Marotta sent you. Schedule today at revitalizeweightloss.com.
Parker & Sons wants to thank you, Arizona, for helping them become the Valley's most trusted heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company over the last 50 years. 50 years. It's Parker's 50th anniversary. They are celebrating by giving right back to Arizona with 50 acts of kindness. If anyone you know is in need of Parker services, visit parker50.com and nominate them for a free service or repair today. Parker50.com or call 602-2-REPAIR.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
Wolf and Luke talking Cardinals camp. Now.
Welcome back to State Farm Stadium. First preseason game for the Cardinals coming up this weekend. We've got the first Cardinals depth chart of 2024. Before we get in that depth chart, though, Wolf, just a reminder that depth chart doesn't mean anything for Saturday's game because Kyler Murray not playing, according to Jonathan Gannon, who I would think would know since he's the one that makes that decision.
Yes.
And it sounds like Kyler Murray not playing against the Colts or the Broncos either.
Oh!
Or either if you're from the East Coast.
Yes. No! You're telling me Kyler Murray's not going to play in any preseason game whatsoever.
I'm just telling you what Jonathan Gannon said.
You're not going to go out there and you're not going to take 3 snaps. You're not going to go out there on a series and take 3 snaps, whether it's from the shotgun, it's from under center, you're in the pistol, whatever it may be right there. You're not going to take 3 snaps, hand the ball off, and you're done. See, oh my goodness, listen, JG knows so much more about football than I will ever know, Basinoni. It's by far and away. In his pinky, he knows more than I'll ever know. Having said that, oh man, I hate that. I really do. I'm going to play players. That's just me. And again, when I say play players, I'm talking about a series. I'm talking about I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to say you're going to go out there and you're going to get 3 snaps right there. And by the way, we can control it. You know what? You can hand the ball off 3 straight times, whatever it may be. To me, I think football players are meant to play. Now, again, I realize it's a preseason game right here. I'm not talking about 30 snaps. I'm not even talking about double-digit snaps. I'm just talking about going out there and, you know what? The first time we line up, of course, against the Buffalo Bills in Orchard Park, that's not going to be your first game action. You know what I mean? Take 1 snap in preseason, maybe 2.
This used to bother me more than it does right now, with Kyler in particular, just because we went through half the season last year without him.
Yeah.
So I understand. I mean, look, at the base level, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I would probably, I don't know if I'd have him out there this game, but I'd have him out there against the Colts, probably for a series. But you run the risk. I get that. I understand the pros and cons. I think we all do at this point. It's going to bother me more, though. Like, I understand where they're coming from on this. It would bother me more if, the guy we had up here a half hour ago, Marvin Harrison Jr., if he doesn't get that out there at all just because – and he said it, right? I mean, he said exactly what we were saying last week when we were kind of speculating on it. We asked him. He's like, yeah, the timing. Like, I just want to kind of get a feel for the timing. And the thing with a receiver, you don't have to throw him the ball. He doesn't have to be out there for a quarter. Just run a couple routes, and that's it. So that he can just run a couple routes and then leave, So I get it with Kyler. I would play him in the Colts game a little bit, but – everything immediately stops if he gets hurt. And I know you can't play scared, but they probably are a little more sensitive to that because of last year.
Yeah, listen, I understand. You can't afford to lose Kyler Murray. I just think the risk and reward, again, of going out there, especially in the first preseason game, where you're going to go ahead and say, take 3 snaps. Go out there and take 3 snaps right there. You know what? Maybe on 3rd down we might throw it. Maybe, but we'll call a play where you're getting it out really quickly. You know what I mean? And if it's incomplete, it's incomplete, and don't worry about it. We'll punt the ball, and you're done for the night.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, as an old school guy, brothers, I think football players are meant to play. And if you're worried about getting hurt all the time, that can actually be counterproductive as well.
Yeah, like I said, I don't disagree with you. I think a lot of people probably don't disagree with you, but Jonathan Gannon does disagree with you. So he's not
and once again, I'm going to defer to Coach Gannon because he knows a lot more about it than I do.
I wonder if part of it, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I wonder if part of it is like, what is Kyler going to get out of a series? Which is why I come back to, like, the rookies. Like, the rookies will get something out of just being like, okay, whoa, this is how fast these guys move, right? Whereas Kyler's, he's kind of seen it all. You could make that argument for any established quarterback in this league. All right, we looked at the depth chart earlier on the offensive side of things. What about the defensive side of things? Anything jump out to you there, Wolf?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I thought it was interesting to see Roy Lopez is actually listed as the starting nose tackle.
He is.
Right there. Oh, boy, how about that? Roy Lopez, who made an impression last year. He was a guy that was a little out of shape, I think. Just looking at him last year, a bowling ball, I called him with eyebrows, I believe. That's what he was, and yet
never shave your eyebrows or you'll just be a bowling ball.
And yet, can I tell you right now, he made an impression. He did. Roy Lopez. Now, he could only go out there for 2 plays, basically, and then he had to come out and get some, oxygen, whatever, and then he went back out there. But, man, he was good. He was effective. You could see it. Roy Lopez made a name for himself right there. So now he's lost weight, and he looks like he's in shape.
He's had a good camp so far, for
He's
sure.
had a good camp, but, man, it was interesting because L.J. Collier, the second team nose tackle, and that dude has looked really, really good to me. So that is what grabbed my attention on the defensive side of the ball first. And then, of course, you go immediately to the cornerbacks. Do you not?
Yeah. And, the other thing to say about this depth chart, this is not something that Jonathan Gannon drew up at the podium and then handed everybody.
Yeah.
This is, I guess, it's media relations observations from camp, essentially.
Well, it basically has got to be handed down, I would imagine, from the coaching staff.
But it's take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, I guess. 'Cause
Right.
It's not like Gannon is necessarily saying, "Oh, this guy's here and this guy isn't." But I noticed the Roy Lopez thing on defense, and I noticed the Starling Thomas. They have 3 corners listed. They have 12 players listed on defense just to give you the option.
Yes.
But they do not have Max Melton listed as a starter, which, again, he's a rookie. That's fine.
Prove it, Rook.
It sort of highlights what we were talking about earlier in the show when we were looking at the offense. Marvin Harrison Jr. is listed as the starter. In fact, he's the first player. If you're reading the depth chart, he's the first name you see.
Yeah, that's what I love right there. The first name that you see, the X receiver. That is the X receiver spot. Most of the time, you're going to put your best receiver at the X, at least on the depth chart right there. Now, you'll move him around, and he'll be more of a Z from time to time. But, man, you go to that sole receiver on one side of the field. It's what they used to do all the time with DeAndre Hopkins. All the time. They used to go ahead and put that guy on one side of the field by himself and see what the defense was going to do. And if the defense didn't actually adjust, D-Hop was going to get the ball an awful lot. Same thing can be said on a depth chart when you have 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers, and then you have the other 2 receivers listed on the other side down the depth chart, apart from the offensive line. Those 2 receivers are listed down below. But that first guy, typically your best receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver 1 indeed.
He spoke very highly of that receiving room, too, when he was up here. Zay Jones, in particular. And we'll react to some of what Marv told us later in the show. When we come back, what can something that happened between Devin Booker and P.J. Tucker like 8 years ago potentially do for the Phoenix Suns this upcoming season? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
It's all about taking care of the kids at Phoenix Children's. Listen during Give-a-thon the week of August 12th to hear stories of hope presented by Madame Holmes.
I've had 10 surgeries, 4 blood transfusions, lots of biopsies, and a lot of MRIs. I've lost count.
The Give-a-thon is presented by Your Valley Hyundai dealers and Akchin Indian Community.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
Dan Bickley here with my man, Shane O'Hanrahan. And Shane, what's going on this summer at Chapman BMW?
We got a lot going on, Bick. Financing as low as 2.99%, a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles that have gone through an extensive inspection. And if you ever thought about going electric, we have the incredible lease deal on the BMW i4, starting at $449 a month. So come on down, say hello, and get your hookup.
You can shop online at ChapmanBMW.com. That's Chapman BMW, 2 great locations.
One great experience.
Hi, folks. Brandon Webb here. What makes Y-Refi so different from other investments? Y-Refi offers a secure, collateralized portfolio with a strong fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. That's right, you heard it, 10.25%. There's no attack on your principal if ever you need your money back, and you're in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. Just call 877-80-INVEST or log on to investyrefi.com. And make sure to tell them Brandon Webb sent you.
Hey, it's Gambo, and I'm back to tell you about BackFit Health and Spine. I'm here with my friend Earl, who was suffering from some really bad back pain, and he decided to check BackFit Health and Spine out for himself. What would you say to people out there that are listening right now that are saying, I just learned to live with it because nobody's been able to help me?
Absolutely. I would say go try BackFit. It's been a game changer.
9 locations in the Valley for BackFit Health and Spine. They take all major medical. Text BACK to 620-620, and we'll get you the location nearest you.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, folks, it's Dave Ramsey. We teach you to invest for the long term, and you need to follow the baby steps. But if you budgeted for it, invest in your home this summer with Window World. You see, Window World replacement windows and doors will help keep your home cooler, reduce your power bills, and increase the value of your home. Plus, your investment is backed by Window World's true lifetime warranty. Call today, and Window World of Phoenix will install 5 large premium sliding windows, all with energy-efficient Solar Zone Sunshield glass for only $39.63, tax included. At Window World, you get their guaranteed lowest price upfront without any hassles. So take care of your home with an investment that will last a lifetime. Call today or schedule online at windowworldphoenix.com. That's windowworldphoenix.com. Window World, simply the best for definitely less.
We're a 2 Ford family. Yep, Paul Calvise here. In fact, Ford has been part of our family for generations. Built Ford proud dates back more than a century in this country, and the future, it is here at our Desert Ford dealers. Like those F-Series trucks, built Ford tough, and the all-new 2024 F-150 with the all-new interior and exterior is designed to be the most rugged, dependable, and productive ever. No workbench, no outlet, no problem. With Pro Power on board and that convenient work service, the F-150 has you covered. SUVs, there's the Ford Bronco Sport with 5 available trims, the Ford Explorer with all the advanced tech, plus 3-row seating that folds down for tons of cargo room, and you gotta love how there's a powertrain for everyone. Gas, hybrid, electric, like that 2024 Ford Mustang Mach-E, 100% electric, 100% SUV with sports car performance and 0 tailpipe emissions. Bottom line, get to our Desert Ford dealers and see how a new Ford fits your future at buyfordnow.com.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. This just in from Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. Quarterback Kyler Murray is not going to play at all in the preseason. The Diamondbacks are in Cleveland going for a series win against the Guardians. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with the first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Team USA men's basketball is playing a quarterfinal game at the Olympics against Brazil right now. The U.S. is blowing out Brazil. The latest is brought to you by Waste Connections of Arizona. Score big this football season with Waste Connections roll-off services. Perfect for any cleanup, large or small. Waste Connections, they want your trash.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and today brings another shot of Olympic glory for Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. We'll react to how they perform tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the local sports league.
All right, we are back here at State Farm Stadium as practice is about 40-ish minutes away.
We're talking about
talking about practice. Well, I've been talking about preseason. Talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. with Marvin Harrison Jr. He joined us last hour. Tyler Drake joined us up here. We got to talk to Tuffy Go Switch about what the Diamondbacks have been able to do and what they're going to do now without Gabby Moreno for, at least 10 days. Over to basketball, though, now, Wolf, and this is a cut that you found, or a quote that you found. I'm guessing Aaron probably found the actual cut. I'm assuming that's probably the way.
You're right about that.
You weren't listening to the Backyard Pod yourself?
No.
I know that you have this catalog of podcasts, and every day you're like, I got to get through like 12 of these, and there's only so many hours in a day. This is Devin Booker on the Backyard Pod talking about a story from his rookie year practicing with P.J. Tucker and the team.
When we were down in Mexico City, and we're practicing, there's like a little crowd in there too, because it's like NBA cares.
NBA
and
games.
There's an audience in there, and we are not worried about the people that are watching. We get into it like we usually do. This is probably the most physical one. He come in soft headbutts to my chin, so I had to get him off me real quick. They separate us. We both take different buses back to the hotel. I remember I clicked the hotel floor, go up to the players floor. I get off, it's a long hallway, like 50 yards. Turn the corner, it's just PJ right there. PJ's coming down, we just walk head to head. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. Either we about to just finish what just happened at practice. He comes in, just wraps me up, just grabs me like, Rook, I can't let you be a part of this, man. This losing, man, this ain't the real NBA. That's what you need. You're too good for that. You need somebody that's gonna push you every day.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's a small example where people are like, yeah, I was getting my head beat in the first few years, but you can't replicate those moments and the type of vets. And, my situation, I love how it went.
Man, that is so cool right there. It really is. For me, P.J. Tucker and that mentality is exactly what the Phoenix Suns need. That's why I got so fired up when Book was actually talking about this. Because, again, I was thinking, man, maybe this will revive some of that feeling inside of Book in regard to the toughness that Book brings to the floor. That smoldering toughness that he has right now. He's got to let others see it. He has to let others see it. Just like P.J. Tucker has no problem letting others see his toughness. I honestly think this was great leadership by P.J. Tucker. That's where you have to start, the leadership, because this is what I mean by walking up on teammates and being accountable. He walked up on Devin Booker and did it on the floor, of course, but then found him afterward. And then he told him exactly what he needed to hear. And that, to me, is leadership personified by Tucker.
It's good recognition by Tucker, too, of how good Devin Booker could eventually be. Like, I get it, he was a first-round pick, but it's not like Devin Booker was a top 5 pick. He wasn't even a top 10 pick. He hadn't played much in college. You knew he was going to be good. I don't know. I mean, obviously, a lot of teams didn't know he was going to be this good. Or
I was going to say you were hoping he was going to be good.
Yeah. If you were redrafting that draft, I'm guessing he would have gone. I'd have to look at the draft, but I'm guessing 1. I don't know if there's somebody else from that draft I'm forgetting. I don't know what draft Giannis was in. I don't know, but either way, he'd be like 1 or 2. So obviously, he snuck up on people a little bit in that sense, or at least scouts. But yeah, I mean, it's not just the leadership there by PJ Tucker; it's the recognition of like, I'm going to do the and the move to like obviously don't get in the fight in the hallway, right? To wrap him up before that even happens, to be like, I'm trying to help you because what you're being taught is the NBA, and that was the real shame of Devin Booker's first few years in the league. They just didn't put much around him. But it's a credit to Devin Booker and guys like that helped him through it, where he became the player he is. Because, Wolf, if you go that season, the 21-22 season where they won 64 games, his second, third, and fourth years combined, they won 64 games. So in case you forgot how dramatic the turn was around the bubble from being a perennial 21-win team to being a title contender, Devin Booker will gladly tell you, I'm sure.
Yeah, but, man, it just got me thinking once again just how badly I want to see the Phoenix Suns come out and show toughness and be a tough team. They have all the talent, man. They have all the talent in the world, in my opinion, that they're ever going to need. But they need this toughness. This is something that you and I have been talking about for a long time, man. A long time in regard to the Phoenix Suns. All of last year, my goodness, and maybe that's what Coach Bud will bring out of these players. The toughness that I believe is there, but you got to tap into it. It's got to be modeled individually, but you got to tap into it collectively as well and show value for it. That's what P.J. Tucker was doing. He was demonstrating what that mentality can actually do. He was demonstrating it. And I think Book ought to adopt that as his own approach and demonstrate that kind of toughness to the rest of his teammates.
I like this cut from Booker, too, same podcast, talking about how practice now is different than it was when he first broke into the league.
I don't see it no more, bro, and I don't want to sound like an old head, but
ain't
nobody playing ones and after practice no more. Like, that's all we used to do. Practice wasn't nothing because you can't get no real good bumping in NBA in practice. For sure. Can't even touch the starters for real. You bump them a couple times, practice over.
Kind of feels like Devin Booker, not just because of that quote. It's always kind of felt this way. Like he should have been playing in like the mid-90s. You know what I mean?
He'd have been okay. I think he'd
yeah,
have been okay.
So. And I'm sure a lot of that comes from his dad, but like he said right there, he doesn't want to sound like an old head. Like you've sounded like an old head since you came into the league when you were a teenager, Book. Like that's who you are.
Yeah, and be an old head. Go ahead, man. Be that, Book. That's what I say. Let people see that.
It's funny that he says that because it's like, man, you can't even bump the starters or the star player. You're the star player. Who are you going to go bump?
Right. And what I love about this, too, I know everyone will say, well, Wolf, you got to remember, P.J. Tucker knew this guy was a rookie, okay? He was really young, and he knew he had talent right there. It was a rookie, okay? He was trying to do that. Devin Booker has got clout. Would you say he's got clout?
I would say he has clout with everybody on the team.
Everybody
even
on the team.
Even up to KD.
KD loves him. KD loves him and respects Devin Booker. Now, again, as you know, Basinonians, if you've listened to me, I think Book defers to KD. I think that he does. And I don't know if KD's talked to him about it and said, don't do that, please. You don't need to do that. I'm fine right here. I just want to play ball. You go be you. This is what I want to see. You know this, Luke. I want to see Devin Booker grow as a leader. I want to see him grow. I want to see him do stuff like P.J. Tucker did. And again, he's got that kind of clout. He can walk up on anybody and say, dude, help us. What are you doing? You're not tapping in to all of the goodness that you have. You need to do this for us to be good. Do it.
See, I do think he does it. He may just need to do it more. And not just because the cameras caught him with Chimezi Metu on that one play last year where he's like, really, you're going to turn the ball over and then you're not going to run back and defend?
How about Book going ahead and saying to DA, don't you want this?
Yeah.
Right?
I do think he does it, but there is a different level if you're going to win a title. I hear what you're saying. There's a different level of just kind of...
You just can't say it. You also have to do it.
We come back. Eduardo Rodriguez, speaking of you have to do it, is going to make his Diamondbacks debut tonight. In fact, it's really only in a couple hours. What can we realistically expect in this one and the rest of the season from Erod? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Dbacks at the Guardians.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Diamondbacks are the last one standing in an unforgettable series opener against the Guardians. Final score, Diamondbacks 7, Cleveland 6. Martinez strikes out 2 in a flawless bottom of the 10th inning.
That was a big road win against a really good team. Don't miss the D-backs at the Guardians Game 2. Our coverage starts this afternoon at 3 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfley here for my brothers over at Aria Dental Implant Center. Go to ariadentalimplantcenter.com for more information. When you do, you can see that you can actually get a free consultation if you mention me. That's right. Go ahead and contact them and mention me, Basin audience. Maybe you're tired of not being able to smile real nice for a family photo. Maybe you just can't eat the foods that you used to love, right? Maybe you need the all-on-4 dental implant treatment just like I did, Basin audience. You can have a new set of brand new beautiful teeth in 24 hours after surgery. It's the all-on-4. I've had the all-on-4, and I'm so glad that I did it. And it will give you the closest option to your natural teeth. And Aria will save you thousands and thousands of dollars compared to the corporate dental implant centers that are out there. They are locally owned, and they pass the savings on to their patients. Man, if you want a beautiful set of brand new teeth and overall improve the quality of your life, what you need to do, my brothers, go to ariadentalimplantcenter.com. That's ARIA dentalimplantcenter.com.
Make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 30 best lawyers in America, 22 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 602-777-7000. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers, changing lives.
Shane Company is your trusted spot for fine jewelry. Whether you're looking for a meaningful gift or something that's just so you, our in-house design team travels the world to dream up pieces you won't find anywhere else. We have looks for every occasion and for any style, from modern to classic to vintage inspired. Or you can work with one of our expert jewelry consultants to create a piece that's exclusively yours. Get inspired at shaneco.com or just stop by. We're here to help you find jewelry that feels like it was designed just for you. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Dan Bickley here, and if you've been sentenced to 30 years of debt by your mortgage, I have your solution. The Life Changer loan combines your banking with your mortgage, and it allows you to pay off your mortgage in years, not decades, and then you get decades to build personal wealth, which is how you get ahead. If you're a good fit, this loan will do exactly what it says. It will change your life. Find out more by calling 480-504-0844. Find them online at lifechangerloan.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
If your roof is down to its last strike, bottom of the ninth, hit a home run with America Roofing. Home or business repair or replace. And we at America Roofing do both. The Casa Calvisi go with Arizona's Roofing Contractor of the Year. More than 2 decades of experience, A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Nobody knows an Arizona roof better than Jake, Tracy, and the crew. And it gets better. Mention Calvisi and save 10% at AmericaRoofingCo.com.
ROC 186438042.
Wolf and Luke with today's MLB standings. Brought to you by America Roofing, Arizona's #1 residential and commercial roofing company. They've got you covered.
All right, let's take a look at those NL West standings. We got to go back to doing this now, Wolf, because the NL West standings do matter. The Dodgers have won 3 in a row. They're in first. Diamondbacks and Padres now tied for second, 5 games back. They've each won 2 in a row.
The Padres.
San Francisco not giving up. They've also won 2 in a row. They're 4.5 back of the Dbacks and Padres. And Colorado's lost 2 in a row. They're 25 games out of first.
Yeah, hang in there.
But the wild card standings now, and again, every time we look at these, It's like this is exactly what Rob Manfred wants, right? The American League, it looks like it's set. I mean, Boston and Kansas City are maybe fighting for the last wild card spot. Houston's trailed off, which is surprising, so maybe they make a run. I don't know. But in the National League, the number 1 wild card, the number 2 wild card, and the number 3 wild card are all tied. That's the Braves, D-backs, and Padres, all tied for 1 through 3.
Wow.
The Mets are a game and a half back, but this is where the winning that the Diamondbacks have done is really starting to come into play. There are other teams that are still in it, but the Pirates, the Cardinals, they're 4 games back of the D-backs now. The Giants are 4.5 games back. We're starting to see some separation. The Diamondbacks are in a playoff spot right now, but also it really at the moment is the Braves, D-backs, Padres, and Mets fighting for 3 spots.
Yes.
4 teams for 3 spots.
Man, it's going to be close right down to the wire, is it not? I know that September hasn't even rolled around yet. We have pretty much, for the most part, all of August. Yet you just get this feeling right now. These teams that you mentioned, you're not going to go away. That's not going to go away. There's going to be competition right down that last day, I think. We'll see how it all unfolds. But to me, it's going to come down to that last day to see who's in and who isn't.
Well, the Diamondbacks and the Padres have been 2 of the hottest teams in baseball. The Braves are obviously one of the best teams in baseball, but they haven't been playing well. I mean, they're definitely the team that's going the wrong direction.
They came back to earth.
And they're playing without Acuna and Strider. I mean, I get that, but cry me a river because the Diamondbacks are playing without everybody. The Mets were red hot. They've kind of leveled off. Remember, they had Grimace throw out the first pitch, and then they were unstoppable. But so you've got 4 teams that the Diamondbacks and Padres are playing great. The Mets were playing great, and the Braves are always the Braves. But we'll see. Doing what they did to the Pirates was pivotal because now you've pushed the Pirates 4 games back of you, and that they were within a half game when the first series started a week and a half ago.
Yeah, man. Right now, this series with the Guardians, really a big deal after the Diamondbacks, of course, won Game 1 of this series right now. And you have Eduardo Rodriguez taking the ball. If it happens today, you said the weather looks really bad.
Seeing some of these pictures where it's raining sideways, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're talking about a tornado warning, actually, in Cleveland. Is that correct?
I mean, that's just what I'm seeing online, so it's got to be true.
You would imagine that somebody wouldn't just say that.
You would hope, yeah.
You would hope people. Then again, it is the internet. Who knows? But you're probably looking at a reputable entity.
Even Todd Walsh said tornado warning.
Well, there you go, right there. Toddy said it. It's gold, ladies and gentlemen. So again, but it's interesting. If they do play that game, you got Eduardo taking the ball, and then Brandon Pfaadt in Game 3. Brandon Pfaadt taking the ball, correct?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you feel really good about the possibility. Hey, can the Diamondbacks win this series as well against the best team in baseball?
It's nice to go into a series on the road against the best team in baseball, and you can run. And I know Zach Gallen hasn't looked like Zach Gallen, but it's just nice to be able to run Zach Gallen, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Brandon Pfaadt out there. Because Zach Gallen hasn't looked like Zach Gallen, but he hasn't been bad. He wasn't great yesterday, but even in the starts where he's not, at his best, which, he probably hasn't been since he came back from injury.
No, he hasn't.
But he's still been good. He's still been picking up wins. They've been winning when he has played. I keep thinking of what Torey said about Eduardo Rodriguez, working his way back with a controlled environment. In fact, I have that cut right here.
Correct. We felt good about that. Erod had some really good observations. We asked him what he wanted to do. He said he wanted more of a controlled environment for his last rehab start, which was going to be in the ACL. It was a very, very controlled environment. It was 15 pitches for 4 innings with another 10 added on. So we felt really good about that number, and he felt good about it as well.
So he wants a controlled environment, and I'm looking at these videos of Progressive Field right now, and it does not look like a controlled environment at all.
Yeah. You brought it up. I have to just say this right now. Zach Gallen took the ball and disappointed. And, as of late, it hasn't been great for Zach Gallen. And I know you and I have been talking about it from time to time, but I think our expectations are so high for Zach. Anything less than a quality start is going to be disappointing, I think, for the most
Oh,
part.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and this is how high my expectations have gotten for him. If he has a bad first inning, and by bad I just mean like yesterday, would he give up 2 runs in the first inning?
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's like, all right, so probably 5 straight hitless innings now, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's, usually if he has like a bad first inning, it's like, and then he faced the minimum over the next 5 innings or something.
Right. My expectations are so high. I think all of our expectations are so high for him, and it's due to his greatness. But he hasn't been great in the last 6 starts. Let's put it that way. Hasn't been great in the last 6 starts. He's had 2 quality starts in the last 6 right now. And yesterday, too, getting off to that 2-0 lead in the top of the first was awesome. And you were just hoping that Zach was going to be able to take the ball, go out there and put up a 0, right? And then, bam, you're off and running. And that was not the case. 4 hitters in, it was a 2-2 game.
Yeah, maybe these are warning signs that need to get fixed. As we talk about this team that's the hottest in baseball, but okay, we don't know who the closer is. Zach Gallen hasn't looked right. Gappy Moreno's hurt now, and Christian Walker's hurt now. Like it is getting masked because they just keep winning, and all of these other things are kind of details to get you to winning, right? So it's like, all right, but they keep winning. But some of those things are going to have to get fixed if they're going to make a deep playoff run, because you mentioned it. So Gallen comes back on June 29th. 6 innings, one hit against the A's, shuts him out, okay?
Yes.
But then in 6 starts in the month of July, his ERA is 5.1, and then yesterday, for 1 game or whatever, his ERA was 6.43.
Right, exactly. And, once again, do we all expect him to be Zach Gallen? Yes, of course we do. But, man, he was getting hit hard, too. There were even some hard outs, man.
Yeah.
He was getting hit hard, and you just don't see that. You don't see that very often. And I realize the Guardians is a good team. Is a good baseball team. But, man, he was getting knocked around pretty good.
I can chalk yesterday up to it being Cleveland, because that is a pretty deep lineup. And you can bend the stats however you want, right? Then in the previous game, he went 6 innings and only gave up 1 run against the Nationals. But just the overall body of work since he's come back, I just read you the numbers. His ERA is well north of 5 since he came back, and that's not Zach Gallen.
No,
so
it isn't.
We will see how that plays out, because they're going to need him to be Zach Gallen. Text us your thoughts to the FanDuel text line at 620 right now. When we come back, spoke to Marvin Harrison Jr. up here earlier in the show. When we come back, we'll react to some of the most important things he told us. Next, it's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
The Train Teddy Bear Express gets rolling at Phoenix Children's for the Give-a-thon on August 12th. You can make a difference for kids and families. Keep listening for details. The Give-a-thon is presented by your Valley Hyundai dealers and Ak-Chin Indian community.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and if you're hurt in an accident and results matter to you, call the attorneys at Sweet James. One client suffered neck, arm, and back injuries after a car ran a red light, and the insurance company offered them nothing for their injuries. Sweet James stepped in, recovered $600,000 for their client and the medical care needed. So if you're hurt in an accident, don't take it on alone. Call Sweet James, where you pay nothing until they win your case. 809 million, 809 million, sweetjames.com. Proud partner of your Phoenix Suns.
Dbacks.
Trying to fight the Arizona sun all day, working outside, or trying to sneak in a workout after putting in a full day at the office can leave you dehydrated and fatigued, and I have found a product that checks all the boxes for my life, and I'm sharing it with you. Hydrate and Recover from Wilderness Athlete. Dave Burns here, low in sugar, high in electrolytes, amino acids, and super convenient with the individual packets. Say goodbye to post-workout struggles and hello to optimal muscle repair. Get yours today at wildernessathlete.com. Use keyword Burns at checkout for an extra 20% off.
It's summer's last hurrah. Bunker to Bunker, the golf show, invites you to join them on Saturday, August 24th for their next two-person scramble at the Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course. Come celebrate the last days of summer with a fantastic day of breakfast, golf, a big raffle, and prizes, all for just $100. There's even a free coupon for a second round of golf with proceeds benefiting St. Mary's Food Bank. Open to the public and singles are welcome, but space is limited, so register today at bunkergolf.com.
A secure retirement just doesn't happen by accident. When that day comes, what's most important to you? Are you sure to have more money than month? What about unexpected medical costs? Do you want to leave something to the kids or the grandkids? I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know we specialize in these questions and can help make your retirement dream a reality with some of the highest guarantees in the business. Imagine getting up to a guaranteed 12% growth on your retirement income and up to a 30% bonus up front just for opening an account. If you have funds sitting idle in an old 401k or IRA, consider guaranteeing it to secure the peace of mind you deserve. Don't leave your financial security to chance. Take advantage of the highest guarantees I've seen in my career. Call Trajan today at 480-990-3300. That's 480-990-3300. Or visit us online at TrajanWealth.com.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
At the UPS Store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. This just in from Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. Quarterback Kyler Murray is not going to play at all in the preseason. The Diamondbacks are in Cleveland going for a series win against the Guardians. Eduardo Rodriguez is finally making his D-backs debut. He has been dealing with a strained shoulder since spring training. He'll get the start for the Snakes with first pitch at 3:40 right here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Team USA men's basketball is playing a quarterfinal game at the Olympics against Brazil. The U.S. leads 63-36 at the half. The latest is brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. Visit any Valley Hyundai dealer, and for every mile you test drive, Hyundai will donate $1 to Phoenix Children's Hospital.
This is where the hope and the hype finally mix it up on the field.
Hey, this is Kyler Murray. You're listening to Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light. Wolf and Luke live at Cardinals training camp.
All right, we are closing in on practice today, and we are running out of training camp practices because we got the preseason game coming up this weekend. And then, of course, Wolf, you will be in Indianapolis. But still doing the show, as it turns out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, we're going to be in Indianapolis Tuesday. I won't be doing it Tuesday. We're flying out on Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're definitely going to be out there hanging out in Indianapolis. I cannot wait with that.
What's the best food in Indianapolis? Are they big on barbecue there? I don't think they are.
You know what? They've got some pretty good barbecue.
Oh, really?
It's actually there. Yeah, they've got some pretty good barbecue. It's Midwest for the most part.
Luke, St. Elmo's.
Could you send some stuff? Yeah, I haven't been to St. Elmo's. I've heard I've heard yes and no.
Shrimp cocktail.
Oh, man.
But that's not barbecue.
Really, really good, though.
Yeah.
No, it's not barbecue.
Oh, but I'm specifically thinking barbecue.
Okay, well, yeah.
Could you send some back when you're over there? Maybe on Wednesday.
No, I could not.
Right, well, I tried. Marvin Harrison Jr. joined us earlier on in the show, and let's see. Where do you want to start here, Wolf? What stood out to you from Marv? I'm going to start with this one, talking about playing with Kyler Murray. Okay.
I mean, playing with Kyler is great. I think just his overall abilities to obviously make throws in the pocket and then also make plays with his legs as well, extend plays. And I'm just trying to do my best to help him be successful. That's why they brought me here.
You know what?
That's why they brought you here.
Truer words right there. That's why they brought me here. Yes, I get that. And you know what? That chemistry has been seen here in training camp. Once again, though, the Bullets haven't been live, metaphorically speaking, right now, based on Orleans. They have not played in a live-type situation yet. So, having said that, that was one of the reasons why you'd love to see that, something in the preseason. But these guys they're doing very well in terms of practice. And again, I know there's different tempos, the low days, the high days. There are in-between days as well. But for the most part, watching them and watching him specifically, Marvin Harrison Jr., run the routes that he's running. It doesn't matter if it's a one-on-one drill. It doesn't matter if it's in group. It doesn't matter if it's in team. I have noticed Kyler Murray definitely has built a chemistry with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, it's been pretty quick, and I mean it makes sense because Kyler's a big skill guy and Marvin Harrison Jr. is a big skill guy, but there's still no guarantee that happens quickly, that the chemistry happens quickly.
No guarantee at all.
He also talked. You asked him how much he reaches out to his dad for just advice at this point.
I mean, not as much anymore. I've done a good job of kind of developing a discipline and consistency within myself and kind of knowing what's right from wrong and just having trust in my coaches as well. And I think he trusts me as well, so that's just big. So I still do my best to reach out to him whenever I need to, but it kind of lets me be me at this point.
Man, that is so cool. I love that answer. It really is. Mm-hmm. It's the evolution, is it not, brothers? Anyone who's a father out there, you know exactly the way that feels. And you want to see your son or your daughter evolve, of course, right? You want to see that. You want to see them grow. To a point, you no longer have to say anything. You no longer have to get involved. And I think that's what Marvin was talking about right there. Just the fact that he knows at this point he's been taught everything he needs and now is going to apply it to the football field.
His dad has probably mostly intentionally, but even unintentionally, been preparing him to play in the NFL for Marv Jr.'s entire life, right? I mean, whether he meant to or not, when you're out there winning a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning and the Colts, or you're putting together a Hall of Fame career and your kids around you all the time. Clearly, Marvin Harrison Jr. soaked it all in because look at what he has become now. But it was interesting to hear him say that because now you can almost see his dad being like, all right, now you're in the NFL.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to still talk. I'm still your dad, right? But here you go. Now start to make your own career, which he's going to do here with the Cardinals, which is still pretty cool. Like, for all the time that we had the build-up until the draft, it is still cool to see Marvin Harrison Jr. Out here. Now, I don't know if we're going to see him in the preseason. We are not going to see Kyler Murray in the preseason. Jonathan Gannon pointed that out within the last half hour. We asked Marvin Harrison Jr. if he wants to play in the preseason at all.
Just whatever.
Well, my computer's frozen.
Okay.
So you're just going to have to use your imagination on Marv.
You know, it was interesting, if I'm not mistaken, though, Marvin Harrison Jr. said, whatever the coaches want me to do, that's what I'll do.
He did.
Yeah, that's what he said right there. I think he went into a little bit more specifics in regard to what his preference would be. And I think he would like to actually go out and get some reps as well. And not that it's super important to his development at all. As a matter of fact, I will tell you right now, and this is one of the reasons why preseason football games truly are in danger, an endangered species. It's because you can actually practice with another team, and you might actually get more out of the practice sessions than you will a preseason game. That's where the NFL is headed. These joint practices, that's what you're going to start seeing, I think, replace preseason games. Maybe you play one preseason game, and then you're going to add those 2 games that were preseason games. You're going to add it to the regular season. An 18th game and another bye, an international bye. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion.
All right, I'm going to try this again, but it's been trending this way for the last half hour. We asked Marv about the Cardinals wide receiver room. Well, then I'm guessing.
It froze up right there?
No, it's just not even playing. So it's all available.
Isn't that what freezing up is? I mean, isn't it just froze?
Well, before it froze, now it looks like it is playing. It just isn't playing. So that's even more. That's
oh, my
fantastic.
goodness. Okay. Technical difficulties out here at State Farm Stadium.
It's all out there in podcast form from
Okay.
earlier in the show. I think it's already available. It was in the 12 o'clock hour when we had him. You can watch it, too, as Jeremy's pointing to the camera. So that's out there as well. Actually, you should watch that.
My goodness.
Marvin Harrison Jr. was really good. It was just good to talk to him, obviously, and the excitement. I do believe a lot of the excitement around this team, Wolf, just from the fan base. I'm not saying like around the league, oh, the Cardinals are going to be good. I'm just the 26,000 people showing up at the red and white scrimmage. I think a lot of that is because Marvin Harrison Jr. is here.
I think you're right.
I think Aaron has a computer that works. If we want to, can we go back and hear what his answer was to wanting to play in the preseason?
Exactly. Just whatever the coaches tell me to do, I'm just going to follow their lead. They're going to do what's best for the team, what's best for me. So, whatever shots they call, I'm going to go with them.
But as you know, so much of the time, coaches will come up to you and go, how do you feel about this? What are you thinking? Do you want to play? How many reps do you want to get right there?
Yeah, I think I definitely want to play at some point in the preseason game, just to get my feet wet a little bit in an actual NFL game. I wish college had that, honestly. They wish they had some preseason games. So, we'll see how much I play. I don't really know. I'm just going to go with the flow.
Well, how about that right there? I did a really good job, didn't I? Actually, kind of encapsulating what he said. Don't tell me I was.
That you were going to pat yourself on the back, I would have broke Aaron's computer too.
I just mean, man, that was good, Wolf. You did a good job right there. I totally encapsulated what he said.
We don't even need the audio anymore.
No,
we can just have Wolf recreate
Marv?
moments from previous parts of the show.
I love that answer, though. I do. He would like to play. Yeah. Get 3 snaps, then go sit down. Drink some water.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll come back. Practice will probably be open when we come back, and so we can react to what we're seeing out there, and maybe we'll play more of the Marvin interview as well. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
It's all about taking care of the kids at Phoenix Children's. Listen during Give-a-thon the week of August 12th to hear stories of hope presented by Mattamy Homes.
He's like, if I get through cancer and it comes back, I don't want any more treatments. I don't want surgeries. I don't want chemo. I don't want anything. Just let me go.
The Give-a-thon is presented by your Valley Hyundai dealers and Ak-Chin Indian community.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Hey, you know who loves America's pastime? America Roofing, Arizona's roofing contractor of the year, serving the Valley for over 2 decades. Paul Calvise here. They were referred to me, and now I'm referring them to everyone I know. Plus, save 10%. Click AmericaRoofingCo.com.
Dave Burns here with Liberty GMC General Manager Chris Scott. What is up, Chris?
What's up, Dave? We are proud to say that our service drive is one of the most efficient in the Valley. Bring your vehicle in by 10 p.m. and we will have it ready for you by the next day. While you're here at the dealership, make sure to check out our new 2024 models. This month, you can save up to $32.50 off the all-new 2024 Yukon or Yukon XL.
Shop online all the time at libertygmcaz.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
In this Arizona heat, hopefully your air conditioning at home is doing its job, but if it goes out, call Parker & Sons. They have been serving the Valley for 50 years, and they were just voted #1 by consumers in Ranking Arizona for the 15th year in a row. That's because when you have an emergency, Parker & Sons sends a pro your way in minutes, not days, and they will never charge you extra during nights, weekends, or holidays. So for all things heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical, call Parker & Sons at 602-2REPAIR.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, president of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial advisor really matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk about anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at assetpreservationwealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For eligible individuals 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Selects Premium Package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home. All done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better.
You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Oh, you people are wonderful.
Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to jabraenhance.com/try. That's JABRA enhance.com/try. jabraenhance.com/try.
Save money on your next oil change with O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $10 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $35.95. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Training camp coverage presented by Bud Light.
Wolf and Luke talking Cardinals camp now.
All right, final segment of the show live from State Farm Stadium. It is Wolf and Luke. It's been a pretty fun show today, Wolf.
Oh, it's been awesome, man. Just being out here at State Farm Stadium once again. There goes the horn. The horn has blown. Isn't that amazing the way you can pick that up right here?
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
A horn blowing in State Farm Stadium.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I don't know what it means yet.
Of course. I have no idea what the horn means.
There is a horn. I'm going to try and fix my computer as you talk. Okay, I did want to get into this. We were talking about the depth chart earlier, and then the news came out from Jonathan Gannon that Kyler Murray's not going to play in the preseason game against the Saints. And then he followed that up with, or the Colts or the Broncos. And then Wolf was not happy, and here we are. How much does it change now, these final practices before the first preseason game? You know, because it's not the regular season opener. A lot of your starters aren't going to play, obviously. I'm guessing a lot of the Saints starters aren't going to play either.
Yeah.
But there is a different feel here. Now you're finally heading towards a game where you're going to hit somebody on a different team.
Yeah, for the most part, I would expect to see them come out tomorrow and actually have pads on, and that will be, I think, the most vigorous of this week would be tomorrow. Come out and have pads on tomorrow, and then you go ahead and bang, and then on Saturday is when they're actually going to host the New Orleans Saints, correct?
Yep.
So I'm
You'll be
Ron Wolfley looking at the schedule, as a matter of fact.
It's your schedule, too. You'll be here.
But again, you know, who knows? It's a different world. It's a different NFL right now. It's not about finding out who the toughest mother is on the field. It's more about keeping everybody injury-free.
Well, they are getting ready for practice here. Now we have this new evolution with my computer where I can't read any of the audio either. So
oh, man.
Let's just go with what we're starting to see. Or is it open? Are we good? Are we able to look on the field? Okay. All right. Good.
Can we look? We can look on the field right
look
now.
on the field now and see a lot of nothing happening right now.
I will tell you, there's a lot of stretching that is going on right now.
Okay, guys, do you guys need my help? Do you need me to?
Man.
This would be
Do you
a
need
good
me to
time,
step
yeah.
in?
Let me
wow,
get my
crash
dial-up
and
computer.
burn. Okay, so here's Jonathan Gannon when asked if Kyler would play in the preseason.
He's not going to play. Whole preseason.
And then why Kyler is not playing in the preseason.
Like I said, case by case. I like where he's at right now. I like how the offense is operating. And I think he will get done everything that he needs to get done to be the best version of himself on opening day.
Okay, so does maybe the joint practices with Indy play a role in why Kyler is not playing in the preseason?
Will a big part of that be because he'll be participating next week against another team?
Correct, Howard.
Oh, okay, correct, right there. What's so amazing about that to me, Basinonies, is the fact that, again, I think he might have a better shot of getting hurt.
Okay. I'm just going to cut off your microphone.
I'm just saying, in joint practices, than he would in a preseason game in which you can control if he gets 2 snaps or 3. You can control that yourself. And you can just have him hand the ball off 3 times. I would love for my starting quarterback to actually set the tone for everybody else that he's playing, so you're playing.
So JG was also asked how Kyler took the news he would not be playing in the preseason. It's a 1-second cut. So you ready?
Yeah.
He understood.
He understood.
And he was asked to leave. The Jeff line.
That's
He
so
was
good.
asked to leave. Hey, look at this. Can I try and play something?
Sure.
It only took 45 minutes for this to boot back up, but this is Jonathan Gannon.
Both teams were warned. Torey Lovello didn't like it, and he was told to leave.
Well, he wasn't asked to leave. He was told to leave. Gannon was also asked how many players will not play the entire preseason. I haven't heard this yet, obviously, Wolf, because I've been up here talking to you, okay?
I'm not going to get into all of it, Josh, but it's really is case by case, whether it be, how old they are, health, if I want to see them play, if they're competing for roles, they're all competing for roles right now, how it relates to 4th down. There's a lot that goes into it. So I know, probably that depth chart came out and you guys are looking at that, analyzing that. I wouldn't be too worried about that depth chart until Buffalo, truthfully. Truthfully, I'm being honest with you guys. Like, people got to line up and play, but, because somebody's out there, somebody's not, it really is case by case by all these different factors that myself, Monty, the coaching staff, we have to weigh, and we're always going to do what we think is best for the team come Buffalo. So that's what we're doing.
He was going to take it on a base-by-base cases.
Wow.
Did we just play that at the exact same time?
And I purposely wasn't talking because I knew you guys were going to play.
That was
good idea, Rick.
Oh my goodness, that was brutal.
How many times did he say case by case in there? It was almost like he was taking a subtle shot at you, Wolf.
That is truly incredible right there. It is a case by case basis.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's true. It's
not
undeniable.
a base by base cases.
No, not a base by base cases. Who would ever
but
say
a case by case basis.
So interesting that he would say, "Yeah, Kyler's not going to play all preseason. Don't ask me. You don't even need to, right? I've already told you. Like, that's the thing. Now he has told you on August 6th.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask anymore about Kyler. But he didn't go into detail on the other players. So it almost sounds like maybe he is thinking about not playing some of these other guys at all in the preseason. And maybe he hasn't fully decided yet, and that's why he didn't say
I think he said it best when he said case by case basis. That's what he said, and there's going to be guys that are going to be fighting on that depth chart. How about the depth chart comment right there, too? It's a different world, Basinonians. It really is in the NFL today. It's a different universe, a different world than what it was back in 1985 or even 1995, as a matter of fact, when I left the National Football League. And I just tell you right now, used to use the depth chart to motivate some players. Sometimes they'd see themselves, oh, you're number 3. When we thought you might actually fight for a starting job, you're actually number 3. Would that fire up a lot of players? Yes, it would. But in today's kinder, gentler National Football League, I don't think they do that as much, trying to play head games. Maybe they have face-to-face conversations as opposed to head games and a depth chart.
Well, that would be a face-to-face basis, and that's a whole different thing.
No.
We don't even need to go down that path.
Don't do that to me.
So JG also was asked if Marvin Harrison Jr. will play in the preseason today.
Case-by-case basis, you guys will see.
Wow.
So then has he decided if Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing on Saturday?
I have.
He's really given up a lot.
Oh, man.
All right, well, that doesn't sound like he's going to play on Saturday, does it?
Man.
I have.
There it is, JG.
JG, would you like to tell us if he's going to play?
Yeah.
The depth chart comment was interesting because he was just like, take that and you can just go ahead and put that away until week 1 against Buffalo. Like, where was JG in our pre-show meeting? Because we've talked about it twice today.
Yeah,
JG.
I know. Man, do I want to ask him, JG, did you put that depth chart there? I'm going to bust him.
Where?
I'm going to ask him that just to bust him.
I hope he says.
JG, did you put that depth chart together? That's what I'm going to say.
Well,
to
who
him.
else? I mean, I would
Let's see
assume.
what he
JG,
says.
from an intensity level today, what is the expectation?
We're going to bang. Yeah.
He's reached the 3-second answer phase of training camp.
Yeah.
That's where he's at.
Done with it.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to get out of a preseason game? I mean, there's still a lot to get out of it if your main guys aren't playing. And again, he didn't say the main guys aren't playing yet, but he did say Kyler's not playing, and it doesn't seem like he wants to play a lot of these guys a ton. I'm asking you an impossible question because we only have 10 seconds. So
well, what's
doing what you do our guests all the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I should be quiet right now? Yeah.
No, I just...
Okay.
We're just going to end the show, okay?
Yeah, I'm out of here, okay?
Thanks to Aaron Maloney. Thanks to Jesse Morrison. Thanks to everybody else involved. For Wolf, I'm Luke. We got Burns and Gambo coming up next right here on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
1-2. That's hit.